Welcome to Wheelock Stadium here in Riverside, California. I am Nick Grice, joined alongside Jeff Gorham for the Riverside TV RCC Game of the Week, where the reigning national champion Tigers are off to a rough 3-2 start this year and battle Palomar in a very important game for them.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're in unfamiliar territory here at RCC. Coach Kraft has lost 2 games in a row for the first time in his tenure here at RCC, and he's going to go against his former team, Palomar, which could be kind of fun tonight.
Yeah, so Tom Kraft, before he developed a bit of a dynasty here in Riverside, took over for Palomar and turned them into the program that they are today, a Comets club that's consistently in the playoff picture.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've been fantastic for years, but they're kind of struggling on their own this year as well. They're 2-3. They've had a tough time. They're giving up more rushing yards than they are passing yards. It could be a game winner for Riverside tonight.
Riverside takes on Palomar for the first time since 2013, and that's coming up next right here on Riverside TV.
The Riverside County Transportation Commission has partnered with California Operation Lifesaver to educate Riverside County residents about how to be safe around trains and railroad tracks. Here are 3 safety facts you need to know. First, trespassing on train tracks is not only dangerous and can lead to serious injury, it is also illegal. Second, you may not always be able to hear a train coming, which is why it's important to always stay off and away from tracks. And finally, it can take a train up to a mile to come to a complete stop. If an object or person is on the tracks and the train can't stop in time, unfortunately, a collision may occur. Now that you're the expert, you can help us spread the word by sharing these important safety messages with your friends and family. We thank you for practicing rail safety.
Number 64.
Welcome to Wheelock Stadium here in Riverside. I am Nick Grice. That's Jeff Gorham. Riverside and Palomar meet from Southern California. Palomar elected to defer their option to the second half, so the Comets kickoff man Landon Ogles will send it away, a product from San Diego, to begin a huge matchup tonight.
I'm excited. This is going to be a great one. 2 teams kind of struggling at the same time in the season. Riverside hasn't lost 2 games under the Tom Kraft era, and we are at home. It's homecoming. Can't be 3 in a row, Nick. Cannot be 3 in a row, my friend.
Well, that record was snapped. A decade of excellence off of a loss. RCC was incredible from Tom Kraft. In fact, they barely lost at all as that kickoff soars through the end zone. We were there for the first defeat of the season for RCC, and this is just a glimpse into what the rest of the country deals with. Not everybody can win 90% of their games like Tom Kraft has.
No, and I'll tell you what, it is a testament of the kind of coach he is, the kind of guys he brings in. But you can blame everything you want, but it has been a difficult 24 months due to the COVID.
Well, RCC departed most of their roster that won the national championship in 2019. Tigers go with the quarterback change to start things off. Barton with the handoff. And number 28, Lawrence Starks, the freshman from Fontana, is just short of the first down.
Last time out, Tigers lost 41-24 to College of the Canyons. Both of these 2 teams have played them.
Ball taken there by number 28.
4-yard run and a first down.
In fact, both teams have played College of the Canyons. Mentioned lost 41-24 last week, but it was a battle between 2 quarterbacks, and that's why I think we've seen a quarterback change tonight with Barton.
Yeah, Bud Burney took over as starter in that game against Canyons, and his first pass on the night was a pick-6 to Joshua Madison, which really began the tone of that football game. The Tigers have been, fittingly enough, we see a false start penalty on RCC here.
False start, offense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Ulysses Alberto out of Pauley High School, about a 5-minute drive away from here, the guilty party. RCC has been a bit more mistake-prone this year than in years past.
Yes, they have. We've seen that on many occasions. But I do equate that to, they only had, I think, like 3 practices before they played their first scrimmage. And then the COVID protocols, they were out, they were in. We'll talk about that a little more later on tonight.
And the Tigers, one other thing to mention as we see another penalty here, RCC, going into this game, they dropped 5 or 6 players from their roster. It's a different team from just the one we saw 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and it was nice that they had a week off. You know, I've talked to a few of the players this week, and they said, hey, it was good. It was great for us to know who we have in this program. And there's been a pep in the step to say they have really been focused, laser focused the last week during their hiatus, their bye week. And I think Coach Kraft feels now he has the guys to compete at the level he likes.
1st and 20 for Barton. He's under duress, settles for the safety valve. That's a short gain to Ty Moore, the freshman from Las Vegas. The Tigers, even with the 2 consecutive losses that we've talked about, come in 11th in the state. That speaks to the sort of respect that the SCFA and the Triple CSIA, the football pollsters, have, where they believe this team is better than their record this year, and tonight will go a long way to determining whether or not they're good enough in the National Central League to win it like they've had so many years. Into traffic, Barton on 2nd and long. It's complete to Brooks. First down, Riverside. Walter Brooks, number 84, for a gain of 23.
Well, a great pocket pass there from Barton. Barton had all the time in the world to throw that pass, and he threw a dart, just a perfect pass there to start this ball game.
Jordan Barton, a freshman from Laverne, California. He is the quarterback for today's game. That is a pickup of 5 on the inside run. Barton heralds from from Damien High School up in the Long Beach area in Orange County. And he takes over for a guy that was the day 1 starter. That has to be quite the adjustment for him.
Yeah, but Kraft has been going with a 2-quarterback system. At times we've seen a 3-quarterback system.
The other signal caller on the roster is James Odom for RCC. 2nd and 5. Excellent start to the first drive of the game and of the National Central Conference for RCC. Here's the inside run, and Thomas Kinslow stuffed about a yard away.
Yeah, but you said all of those acronyms. There was more acronyms than I could throw a stick at.
You know, all week I've been trying the word of the day on Thesaurus. If you thought I wasn't a nerd then, you know now. It's a gain of 3 and a first down for Riverside. The Tigers, the acronym every year was, this team is a state championship contender. And this is maybe the first game where they may be a bit overlooked. We'll see how they compete with those narratives coming in. Kinslow gains a couple.
And Riverside going to the no-huddle offense. I like that. Kind of getting into a rhythm early, get that defense set, throw them off guard here, maybe get some nice rushing yards, and finding the open man here in the middle of the secondary.
Tigers have overcome 3 penalties on this drive alone. 2nd and 6. Barton throws the slant. In stride to Jamal Houston. He is spilled by Ricky Davis Jr. That's enough for Jamal Houston to put him just about a yard away from the first down.
Ricky Davis Jr. brings up a 3rd and 1 for the Tigers.
Tigers run up on the ball quickly. This drive to begin the game has netted over 4 minutes. Here's Kinslow for 8. First down, Riverside.
Tigers moving the ball really well here, and very quick pace.
Steve Walker, first down, Tigers!
This Tiger drive began at its own 25. 4.5 minutes, led by number 15, the quarterback Jordan Barton. The Tigers are inside the red zone. RCC has struggled this year inside the 20, but they'll run it outside with Houston. And he races near the 10. They'll mark him out of the 9. Jamal Houston on the jet sweep for near a first down. 2nd and inches after that run from Houston. Barton with the handoff. And off of a big hole here he goes towards the goal line. There's Jalen Dye near the end zone, marked about a yard short.
What a great 2nd and 3rd effort by Dye. Wow.
Bring up a first
Yeah.
and goal for the Tigers.
They'll hand it to him again. Number 18 in for a Riverside touchdown.
Tigers moving. First drive here. Got to be happy with that. Coach Kraft said, hey, we got to get back in the winning ways. Got to put up some points here. And they're doing so quickly here. We heard the cannon nearly gave me a heart attack, but it's always good when the cannon shows up.
You guys have for number 18. I'll get it in half.
Chavez. First look of the night for Chavez. It's nice to see him trying PATs as Riverside goes 75 yards in 5 minutes, 20 seconds. And it's a touchdown to give him the early lead.
Replay of the nice run there. We're trying to get a beat on the name of number 18.
Yeah,
He is a new guy.
brand new guy. Not so often you see guys emerge out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's not in the roster. We could make a guess, but I don't want to be wrong.
Yeah,
We could say it's Nick Rice. You just scored a touchdown.
You know, it wouldn't be the first time I've scored a touchdown here at
Pop
RCC.
Warner did you well, I guess.
Definitely not for these Tigers. Maybe the Pop Warner Tigers, huh? There's Tom Kraft. How about one of the most successful coaches in the history of this program? And he is a former Palomar Comet head coach. About 15 years ago, he departed from this club, took the job at San Diego State to be their head coach, and was very successful setting passing program records for passing yards, and joins RCC after a 4-year stint with the Aztecs, and immediately enjoys a long run of success for the Tigers dating back 11 years. The Tigers with Tom Kraft have been as good as it gets in the country.
Yeah, he's just been phenomenal. So I'm looking through to see if he was part of the Hall of Fame at Palomar. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame. There's been some great
Absolutely.
ones.
Along with kicking Ricardo Chavez, kicking for the Tigers.
Yes, Tom Kraft's part of that school of quarterbacking. He was a former quarterback himself and joins the Tigers after a successful stint as both OC and head coach with the Aztecs. Just a sensational career for Tom Kraft, wearing the white tonight for RCC. The Comet return from Tyler Pye, the freshman from Tallahassee, Florida, is wrapped up near the 25. The Comets feature an offense scoring over 23 points per game, led by Zeke Payne, a freshman quarterback from Rancho Bernardo High School in San Diego.
Yeah, they average 23.4 points, but they give up 373 yards on defense. And it looks like they might give up that tonight here pretty early.
Well, 75 yards, you couldn't do much better for RCC to begin the game.
Number 10, Zeke Payne.
Zeke Payne has accounted for 10 total touchdowns this year, just 3 interceptions, and passed for a season-high 3 touchdowns in that thrilling game last week against San Diego Mesa. Handoff to Tawee Walker to begin the game, and he gets stuffed. Riverside, offensively and, of course, on this side of the ball, they used that week off, and they must have had some sort of motivational speech because they've come out fired up tonight.
Well, like you said, they had such a small training camp that they weren't really able to evaluate the entire talent pool they had in their system. And I think this, the week off gave them that opportunity to evaluate and find guys that really just kind of slipped through the cracks, and now we're finding that they're ready to play.
Nathan Bolton lost his helmet. Bolton is the brother of another Bolton who was a linebacker.
Michael
Yes.
Bolton?
Yeah, at the University of Oklahoma.
No, I meant Michael Bolton, the singer.
Oh,
Ball taken there by number 3.
You said he had a brother. I was thinking,
come on. I'm talking about another Buzzy because they went to my high school, Vista Marietta. I played with his brother. Did I actually see the field with his brother? No, but I played with him.
was his name Michael Bolton?
No, his name was not Michael Bolton.
Something Bolton. Brother Bolton.
That's right. Third down and about 5. He pumps, he's under duress, and has nowhere to go. Sacked by Randall Turner. It's a 3-and-out to begin the game for Palomar.
97, Randall Turner.
Oh, a great series defensively for the Tigers. I mean, they showed blitz and haven't given the quarterback any chance to throw the football here. And the Tigers should have pretty good field position.
The Tigers have struggled to rush the passer this season, but Turner's got his second sack. And Palomar is forced to bring out the punt team. This is Landon Ogles to send it away. Direct snap, a bit low for Ogles. He sends away a low line drive, and that's out of bounds just across the 50. So Tom Crafts, he specializes in one position, that's quarterback. There's a look at him. He is a terrific coach, but what is his pride and joy is developing quarterbacks and moving them to the next level. He has done that each of the last 3 seasons. The Tigers brought in Victor Viramontes in 2018, and after one successful stint, he took the quarterback job at the University of Minnesota. 2019, it was Stone Smart's turn. He went to Old Dominion. 2020, Jacob Barlage to Nevada. And this year, they've got the Tigers' Jordan Barton, who hopes to reach the next level too. Dean Connors stuffed for a loss. Taken down by Emmett Vasey of Palomar.
Dean Connors throws a loss on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd and 15 for the Tigers.
RCC hopes that that guy, number 15, can join the long list of great quarterbacks at what is de facto quarterback school in Riverside and emerge into prospects to the NCAA. Certainly has all the tools to do that. Product out of Laverne. Barton looks to his right and guns it to Moore, who makes a sliding catch. It was RCC behind the chains, but Moore picks up 15 to put him inches away from the first down. Excellent throw from Barton.
The Tigers are really, really on fire tonight here offensively.
Dean Connors. Dropped by Cedric Black after a 1-yard gain.
Dean Connors, one of those backs, he's really just a tough workhorse. Blue collar.
Yeah.
Blue collar Connors.
They feature the blue-collar runner, Dean Connors again. That's a gain of 2. He won't wow you with his overwhelming speed or size. Dean Connors, freshman from Murrieta, but he has really played well this season.
And normally you don't trust guys with 2 first names, Dean and Connors. But I like that guy.
6 foot, 205 pounds. One of the hosts of running backs for the Tigers. Barton is back. Shoots it deep. He's got a man at the 10. Jamal Houston for a Tiger touchdown. It was pitch and catch for the RCC Tigers en route to another score.
That was a perfect throw, caught in stride, and just an amazing play catch. Oh, look at the dance there. I don't know about that dance. I don't have that kind of rhythm. My knee would have dislocated.
With the dance or with the cannon, would it have shocked your knee out of place? Extra point is good. Jamal Houston beats the defense. The Tigers are celebrating right now as they're off to a brilliant start tonight.
Just a perfect spiral, perfect throw right into his hands in perfect stride. Another angle.
He was so fast, our camera guy had a tough time catching him. Good for a score of 45 yards from Barton to Houston. And the Tigers are off to a sizzling start today. And what's very encouraging is that this offense was one of the culprits of the 2 losses they suffered coming into tonight.
It looks amazing. I'll tell you what, we saw the loss we covered a couple weeks ago, It looks like a completely different team. I want to forget those losses.
Do you?
I do.
Well, it sounds like Ricardo Chavez has got one big fan.
That's my favorite guy in the world. What are you
Is
talking
he?
about? What do you mean one fan? I'm the biggest fan of Ricardo Chavez there is.
By the
I'm gonna
way,
get-
shout
I'm
out
gonna get
to Valley View, who won last night. I thought they didn't. They did. They beat Notre Dame. Ricardo Chavez from Valley View High School.
I want to get a T-shirt with his face or his leg. I don't want his face. I want his leg on a T-shirt.
From 3 yards deep, the Comets' Tyler Pye gets nailed. Carlos Meza crashes in and levels him across the 15. Even special teams has got into the act with Chavez kicking and on the coverage unit for RCC with the return.
He said, hey, how do you do?
Welcome to the National Central Conference. This is the conference opener. These two schools are new conference rivals.
Too many things. Too many things. Your National Conference, SCFA.
I'll tell you this.
Oh, that's too much to remember.
If the RCC Tigers win, then they'll be 1-0 in league play. How about that?
Be undefeated.
I'd say that's pretty good, especially with the way the non-conference schedule was. And for RCC, you win the conference, you're in the playoffs. So Riverside can put all of the struggles away this season with just winning these league games. Short run from Tawee Walker here. So the Tigers have the rest of their season in front of them and a chance to right the wrongs from last week.
Just win, baby. Isn't that the old Raiders mantra?
Sure is. I do not see any helmets being sat on by players on the sideline.
No.
Second and 9 for Zeke Payne. Under duress, he finds his tight end, number 85, Jake Cassidy, to set up third down.
Jake Cassidy. Gain of 6 on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 3 for the Comets.
Zeke Payne this year has completed 51% of his throws for 888 yards, 8 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. Slow start for the Comets as they face 3rd and 3. Payne rushed again and is wrapped up by Chris Ballard, number 93. It's another Tiger sack and a Palomar 3 and out.
Oh, Payne, I'll tell you what, he's not able to do anything. He can't hand off, he can't throw, because he's only got about a second and a half before he is just being mauled by some Tigers. So again, got mauled. That's the correct term. As our friend up here in the booth, Leon Culpepper would say, "Go Tigers!" There you go. That was my. Did you like my Leon Culpepper?
Sure did.
impression?
Sure did. And we need an impression. The last couple of weeks, he hasn't had too much to be overly amped about. RCC dropping back-to-back games, first time ever with Tom Kraft. Punt soars to about the 38-yard line, taken by Marquise Ashley. But the Tigers, it's amazing. That bye week couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, and honestly, in talking, like I said, talking with a few of the players and part of the personnel, he said it was a great 2 weeks of practice. And like I said, Coach Kraft thinks he has his guys now, and it looks evident so far in this first quarter.
He's back also, ladies and gentlemen. Our famous Cannon is back tonight.
Tigers, ranked 11th in the state, take on unranked Palomar. It's been a sensational start in all 3 phases. And, of course, just as I say that, the Tiger runner, Lawrence Starks, loses 2.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 13 for the Tigers.
Oh, a great stop there defensively.
Yeah. So Riverside TV with the RCC coverage tonight also brought in a doubleheader last night, as we had a couple of thrilling high school football games with huge implications there. As I was there for the game yesterday, JW North and Hemetz. This completion to Walter Brooks for a first down with Seoli on the tackle.
Yep.
But the game of the day last night was Ramona and Notre Vista.
Yeah, it was a good game, a battle. A couple guys got hurt, which was a little disconcerting. But other than that, we had 2 great games. In fact, I believe over 5,000 people tuned in
Yes.
to watch both those football games. So thank you, Riverside, for tuning in. We appreciate your viewing.
And so many great comments. Now, one of them said, I got the wrong name for a guy, so that was a little hurtful last night, but I'll move on, I'll live with it, and I look forward to next Friday checking out more Riverside football. We have great games coming up this coming Friday night.
I believe we have Norte Vista Hillcrest.
JW North Valley View.
Yeah.
As mentioned, Valley View just picked up a win against Notre Dame last night. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish? No, the Notre Dame Titans.
Hillcrest suffered a loss to Arlington. So Hillcrest is, kind of now behind the 8 ball. Yep, there was a upset of the night was Arlington beating Hillcrest.
Second down and 10. Barton with a hard count. The Tiger quarterback with the eye shadow has been off to a fantastic start tonight, maybe his best performance in the SCFA. He is under duress again, throws on the run. Ty Moore makes the catch of the night. First down, Riverside.
I don't know how he got that. I don't know how he got out of this tight squeeze there. He almost fell over his own guys. But look at this one-handed catch.
Wow. Ty Moore, freshman from Las Vegas, Nevada. This is also maybe his best performance of the season. A first down pickup to the 35-yard line. The Tigers have scored on drives of 75 and 55, both with touchdowns. We just saw Houston find the end zone. A sensational start out of the left flat. There's Jawan Tucker breaks a tackle, and the former Oregon commit is down to about the 18-yard line. The tackle from Walker for another first down.
They're playing perfect football. Other than the couple penalties the first 2 plays of the game, they've really cleaned it up and are just dominating these Comets.
Wow. Well, it was amazing to me coming into the stadium. There was no major concern from the Tigers brass coming into tonight. 3-2, reeling out of non-conference play. Riverside comes right back after a bye, and they look like a juggernaut right now. What a start for them in all 3 phases. He launches into the end zone off of the hands of Ashley. That would have been a tough catch. Incomplete. One aspect of the struggles in the last home game for Riverside were the drops. We have seen incredible catches in a total disparage of the 3-week-ago game. Now, of course, Ashley couldn't quite make the grab there, but we've seen much better catching tonight for these receivers. And that certainly helps with Jordan Barton's numbers in Game 6 of the season for Riverside, the number 11 club in the state, which is a rarity for them. Barton throws over the seam to Moore, who spins and couldn't quite make the grab. The coverage from number 44, Chris Sanchez.
Number 27, Ty Moore.
Yeah, Barton 9 of 12 so far for 134 yards.
And a touchdown, not bad.
3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
Third and 10. Under a minute in the first quarter of what has been a rout so far. Barton throws in the flat for McClure. And he has dropped short of the first down. 3rd grab of the season for the freshman.
Be short of the first down to bring up a 4th and 3 for the Tigers.
And Riverside has a decision to make. They will settle for the field goal. So here we go, Jeff Gorham.
Stop saying settling for a field goal. You've got Chavez out there. You're not settling for anything. You've got the best kicker in the world out there. He's the school record holder with a 59-yarder.
Over at Valley View. He certainly looks like a guy who may have just set a school record 56-yard field goal
That's what it was. Yes,
in the last game. And that kick is good. Maybe I say settle because that was a chip shot.
You know, hey,
That's one of those.
Anytime it's like in the old Saturday Night Live skit, you always need more cowbell. No, we need more Chavez. Anytime you get Chavez on the field, you're going to get some points.
We need more Chavez. And we need more Turd Ferguson.
I'll tell you what, defensively though.
All right, you got my reference there. I watch SNL. Okay, I'm with it.
I'm impressed with you. That was the first time you've ever impressed me.
What? I've worked with you for 3 years.
Yeah, that's the first time you've ever impressed me, ever. But that's okay. That was pretty good.
I can guarantee I'll let you down before the night is over.
Well, I was told, last night we were talking about you, and
really,
yeah, Gazal and I said that, if we were going to start a trivia club or a trivia team, that you go to the local pubs and you play trivia for like money or prizes.
Oh, those are awesome.
Yeah, but we would never pick you on our team.
Never.
You would be the last guy on earth that we would pick as a trivia partner. And no joke, and no slight to you, but
no, that's literally what a slight means. But that's okay.
No, it's not a slight to you. It's just you are possibly the worst trivia person in history.
Oh man, love it. That kickoff sails out of bounds.
I have people coming up.
Is it hot in here?
I am not going to get you yet, but I've had people literally when I do the coach's perspective, and people like send me texts. They say, or during the game, go, "Hey, you got to ask Nick Rice this. You got to ask Nick Rice that." I hear it all the time.
It's called child abuse. That's what it's called.
No, that's the offense that Ken Batdorf runs over at Norte Vista.
Oh,
I call it the child abuse offense because they just beat up everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, you'd be the last guy that I would ever pick because I know that I would lose money. I can't lose money taking you to a trivia match.
That foul declined. We also have a kick out of bounds. That foul will be accepted. Ball gets to 35. First down.
Ball plays at the 35-yard line.
This is coming from the guy, all right, who in 2014 didn't know Derek Johnson, all right?
But I still know him.
You still know him?
Really? Don't start with me, Nick.
I
start.
won't.
Just knock it off.
Okay. How low is that hanging fruit? Pretty low, isn't it?
It's really low.
Final play of the first quarter is a completion to Brandon Johnson. And the freshman from Oceanside, no relation to Derek.
Brandon Johnson.
Boy, it's been a fun game so far, hasn't it, Jeff Gorham? So, here we are, 15 minutes in the books. Might as well ask you, what are your thoughts of the change in quarterback? It's a tough question to ask you because of our affinity for Bud Burney and how great he was at Pauley High School and here with the RCC Tigers.
I think that we're going to see a little of both quarterbacks. It's not unlike for Coach Kraft to play 2-3 quarterbacks in a shot. And I'm sure Bud will get his opportunity once again, as Coach Kraft has to. He gives the confidence in his quarterbacks. It's no slight to him. It's just, maybe Barton last week showed something, and over the last 2 weeks, I should say, gave them something that he thought would maybe jumpstart this offense.
Mm-hmm. And this offense definitely was jump-started. How about the performance in that first quarter for RCC on offense?
Yeah, you look at the offense. They have 187 total yards in that first quarter.
That averages out to 725 over the course of the game, give or take.
Are you kidding me? You really know that? Are you
Check
that
this
good at
out.
math?
Check this out, yeah.
Never mind. You're a savant. You're a mathematical savant, buddy. Second quarter coming. I'm going to ask you more math questions.
Close.
Man.
748.
All right, maybe we'll put you on the alternate on the trivia for math.
Oh, really? Are they going to ask, what is 3 times 4?
Maybe.
Slants. Out of the slot to Tyler Pye. A strong first half by maybe the best last name on the Palomar comments. Tyler Pye, P-Y-E. First down, Palomar.
Do you know what the fourth decimal of pi is?
5. After the decimal point, right?
Yes. Is it
All
5?
right. Yeah. 3.1415. Okay, this is just rude what you guys are doing to me, okay?
Quarterback carrying back the pass
A
is
big
Snap.
hit.
On
We've
the
seen
play.
this a couple of times every game. Number 40, Noah
Number
Purcell,
40.
a sophomore from Honolulu, Hawaii.
No,
He has a
first down,
nose
stop
for the
inside.
football. Let's
That'll
check
bring
this
up a
hit out
second
again.
And 11 for the Comets.
And RCC, similar to their quarterback excellence, here's Noah Purcell again. This is also a pretty strong linebacker factory. A few years ago, A.J. Hotchkiss, who led every player in the entire conference, Conference USA, with UTEP in tackles. A.J. Hotchkiss was a former linebacker. Bad snap over the head of the quarterback, Zeke Payne. He falls on it at the 27. No need for the linebacker on that play. Just a bad snap and a loss of 22.
Hey, if that was a long snap, that was the best long snap we've seen in a long time.
Right.
Yeah, that's a snap.
Comets have 3rd and 33.
Brings up a 3rd and 34 for the Comets.
So Palomar has been a very good third down offense this season, Jeff
Are
Gore.
they good at 3rd and 34?
We'll see. 40% this year for the Comets.
So far, they've only had one first down tonight.
Ooh. Could this be a tougher third down than 34?
They have a total of minus
Delay
5
game.
yards.
Offense, number
Make sure
10.
that's not a
Yeah, wipe off your
crumb.
screen.
I'm going to make sure it's not a crumb on my screen. Nope, it's minus 5 yards.
Wow. I would have loved to hear the speech prior to today's game. Maybe Tom Kraft brought in Michael Bolton to sing them about the praises of the importance of this game. You're like, oh my gosh, Nick. My goodness. There's number 3, Tawee Walker.
It's really not a gain on the play at all.
Pass is complete to number 3. Walker on the stop for Riverside.
So they fell a little short of the first down.
That'll bring up a
Hey,
4.
Riverside's going to get the ball in great position again.
Yeah. So RCC, when they last played them, 2013, beat them
Yes.
41-0. So we'll see how this one pans out. But Palomar comes in 2-3 this year. Some impressive wins over Victor Valley and Southwestern. But the Comets are off to a rough start tonight.
The fall start's going to send them even further back.
Oh,
False start. 41 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Tristan Garcia. I feel bad about Palomar the same way I felt bad about Mississippi State today because they had to play Alabama off a loss. It's like, ugh, the worst time to play Alabama.
Isn't the coach at Mississippi State, isn't that Tom Leach?
Oh, man.
It is.
I believe so.
He's crazy.
Muff, here's Marquise Ashley. And did they rule him down by contact there? Oh. Jeff Gorham, since you are apparently a trivia master, I'll ask you a question. If you call a fair catch, then muff it and recover it, is that down by contact or does the play go on?
I have no idea. I think everybody up here is wondering the same thing, too.
Right.
How do you miss a fair catch?
Right.
I think it's a live ball, actually.
First down.
I think so. That's okay.
Yeah, it would have to be a live ball. Or else everybody would signal fair catch.
Right.
Martin has the
So the
ball.
draw
He
goes to
trips up at
Kinslow.
the line of scrimmage
And he is
for
hammered to the
Villanova.
line of scrimmage. Number 99, Sid Weddington. With the stop, his 20th of the season. Big number 99 for Palomar at 6'3", 270 pounds.
It's a large fella.
Not too bad at defensive tackle.
It's homecoming tonight. Did you know that?
Maybe you and me are going to be homecoming king or queen.
If that's what you want to be, I mean, that, like you said, low-hanging fruit.
Hang on down there.
No, but yeah, I saw a lot of people dressed in lovely attire. I think they're going to have some sort of homecoming festivities at halftime. Got one of the world's greatest bands,
Yes, the Marching Tigers.
the Marching Tigers.
they're taking an early exodus. Usually we'll see them.
They're walking over. They're coming over, getting ready to perform.
Right. Barton scans the field and flips it to his running back in the open field for Lawrence Starks. And that makes up some of the penalty yardage there. That's a gain of 8 for the freshman out of Fontana. Lawrence Starks is a product out of Etiwanda High School. Third down and 8. Barton looks left and throws a jump ball over the head of Tucker. Incomplete.
That was a close one. That would have been to the house for sure.
With the wheels that Jawan Tucker has, certainly can't fault Barton for throwing it as hard as he could on that play. Just a bit wide.
Hey, we can see Chavez.
There he is.
All right, I'm telling you, I'm going to get a T-shirt with his leg right on it. I don't care what he looks like, just a picture of his leg.
Oh, just
or
a
his
picture.
foot.
Here goes Chavez. 37-yard punts, a return of 5 by the Comets' Tyler Pye. He averages about 38 yards a punt this season. Do you think he's better as a kickoff guy, a punter, or a field goal kicker?
It doesn't matter. Anytime he's on the field, it is a good day. No, he's a field goal kicker. He's a place kicker. And I'll tell you what, he should go straight to the pros because I've seen some really, really bad kickers this year, and he is way better than some of those guys.
Yeah, I just saw Tristan Viscano miss a couple for the Chargers.
Play for the Chargers. Pick him up off waivers.
Why not? Pick him up now. We could use him for the playoffs.
It'd be awesome. After the season's over, he can go and play for the Chargers.
But the Tigers have to finish their season, as you mentioned, first. We can't have one before the other. Cade Miller, freshman from Corona, makes the stop of the Zeke Payne quarterback run. That's a gain of 7.
There's still only one first down for Palomar. They are now at minus 3 yards.
Minus 3 yards? How many yards in penalties in this game for them?
That means I got to put on my glasses.
So minus 3, and they have only 10 yards of penalties. So the Comets have been pretty efficient, avoiding the big mistake. Swallowed up front by Garrett Beach on the Walker run. 1 yard loss. I'm hearing it up here in the booth by the great Culpepper. He says, this is the greatest we've played this season. We mean RCC. I'd say that's a pretty accurate statement.
Yeah, definitely accurate.
Zeke Payne to throw. Another 4-man rush that gets there for the Tigers, but Payne still takes off. Wrapped up by Beach. That's a 5-yard gain and a Palomar first down.
And Payne just willed his way to that first down for the Comets.
Palomar, number 10. Let's exit the game for 1 play.
Now, do you remember why they are named the Comets? Do you remember the reason
You told me this a couple of weeks ago. It has to do with one of the only observatories in the state of California.
Yes.
Located in Palomar.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
I did not cost our team the money yet.
So far you're still an alternate, but you're getting better because I already gave you that one. But
You already gave me that one.
Yes. Now, do you know why the Tigers are called Riverside is called the Tigers?
Because there's just tigers running wild. And I told you this, and
everywhere, all over Riverside.
This
was the tiger capital of the world at one time. They roamed free in Riverside.
Bunch of tigers, and then Culpepper yelling at him.
Yeah, in fact, seriously, underneath the quad, There was a saber-toothed tiger. So they said, hey, this was before, because Riverside Poly built it. And
Wow.
they discovered it. It's like the Riverside tar pits. And they said, this will be now known as the Tigers. I made that up, but it sounded pretty darn cool.
We're going with it. That's exactly what happened, Jeff Gorham. Payne overshoots Johnson. That's incomplete. Next week, Riverside plays the Mount San Antonio Mounties. So
The Mounties.
the Mounties. So was there
They're
a bunch
originally, they were originally from Canada.
Okay.
The Royal Mounties, and so they settled in. Where's it? Mount Sac? That's over there by
Walnuts,
Walnut,
California.
Yeah, where they hunted walnuts.
Nice.
Is
Is that really what happened?
Yeah, the Mounties hunted walnuts.
Deep to the left.
Great.
Incomplete to Tajay Brooks, number 7.
Gonna bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Comets.
So I'm supposed to believe that there was a bunch of saber-toothed tigers running wild in Riverside, and just up the road in San Bernardino, there was a bunch of Wolverines running wild in that city.
No, the Tigers ate the Wolverines.
Oh, that's what
Gonna
happened.
bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Comets.
Hey, Southern California, lots and lots of prehistoric animals roaming at one time.
Very nice. Deep downfield, right in front of the great coverage from the Tigers' Jalen Carter. That's reeled in by Hill. First down, Palomar on another sensational throw. Now this completion, it appears, will be wiped out by a penalty. But this throw from Zeke Payne, reminiscent to that of the other side by Jordan Barton, was terrific. On a rope about 20 yards away.
Foul. Roughing the passer, number 30 of the defense. The 15-yard penalty, first down.
See, and that's what Coach Kraft does not want. You're playing great defense all night long, and then you rough the passer. You can't make mental mistakes that cost your team, an opportunity here. They have an opportunity to get some points. Can't be happy with that going in here to halftime.
Palomar with 8:20 remaining in the second quarter is searching for their first points of the game. The Comets are averaging 23 a game this season. That is 3rd in the conference. Walker inside to the 16. Freshman from Peria, Arizona. There probably wasn't much wildlife going on in Peria, Arizona back in prehistoric times, but who knows?
Sure there was. A lot of scorpions.
Oh, that's true. It's a good point. Brandon Johnson down to about the 7-yard line.
Brandon Johnson. Tackled there by number 23.
Those prehistoric animals you can find in a couple weeks at Jeff Gorham's house for Halloween.
My kids are dressing up like, I don't know what they are. They're always talking about it. I'm going to ask you about Halloween later on, though. We got a little Halloween segment. Yes, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, jeez. Okay, first down and goal to go from the 7. Number 7, Jalen Carter back into the game. As Palomar's in the midst of their best drive of the game, but there's all sorts of movements. Maybe a timeout. So Riverside is led by head coach Tom Kraft. We'd be remiss not to bring up the guy who took over for Tom Kraft when he left. So 19 years ago, Kraft departed from the Comets to take the job at San Diego State, the head coaching job for them. And in his place was Joe Early. Over 19 years, he has a couple of conference titles early in his stints and hopes to put them back into the winning track. Their last winning season was in 2014. But Joe Early has been with the program. He is one of the guys wearing the gray hat far on the right of your screen right now. Joe Early, no, he's the guy in the center. Sorry, I got a bit confused. He was buried inside that huddle there. But Joe Early's been around for nearly 2 decades. If you thought Tom Kraft has been here a while, Joe Early's been around for a long time. up at the observatory in Palomar.
Wow, that's a long time for being a coach. Got a lot of faith in that guy.
And the Comets just won their 100th game under Joe Early in Week 3 at Southwestern. First and goal from the 7 off the timeout. Best drive of the game for the road team. Walker off the left tackle. He is dragged down inside the 5. DeMonte Peoples makes the stop of the 2.
Back by number 79. That'll bring up a 29. Second and goal.
They'll go back to the ground, and Tawee Walker is drilled by Noah Purcell, maybe the best linebacker on the team. He drills the runner for a loss.
Yeah, great defense, keeping them out of the end zone here. I don't mind 3 points, but keep them out of the end zone.
Yes. Seems every time Noah Purcell makes a hit, the guy he's tackling goes backwards. Lengthy drive for Palomar, nearly 5 minutes, aided to some extent by penalties. Third and goal from the 3. A jump ball to the end zone. That's incomplete, uncatchable to Brandon Johnson. Good coverage from Jalen Carter. And the Comets have a decision to make here on 4th and goal.
Can't leave points off the board. You got to go with the kick. Early in this game still.
Well, how about a broadcaster's jinx here with 6:10 to go in the half? Comets haven't missed inside the red zone all season. Every time they're in here, they score. Mostly touchdowns, sometimes field goals. And Ogles hasn't missed a field goal all year, too. How about that? And he got it. It wobbled, but Ogles splits the uprights, and Palomar's on the board. 17-3.
Ogles good. He's not great, though. He's no Chavez. I'm going to get an autograph from Chavez sometime.
Number 1 in the fan club of Chavez. You know, Chavez has missed 2 field goals this season.
Doesn't matter. They're probably from like 50 or 60, 70.
Yeah, we weren't there for the misses, so maybe it was from 70.
Yeah, we missed. I was here for 1 miss, I believe.
Ah, jeez. 6:10 left to go in the first half. We'll check out the leg of the kickoff man, Landon Ogles. It should be noted Palomar will receive the second half kickoff, so that was a pretty important 3 points for the road team.
And see if Riverside can really hold this clock, get another 7 points, because they're never going to go for 2 unless it's close, because you got Chavez.
Yeah, that's right. If you're going to go for 2, Chavez will probably be the guy running the ball for him as well.
Because he's got a big leg.
Absolutely. So that kickoff is through the end zone for a touchback. 6:10 to go in the first half. We brought it up earlier. Tom Kraft made a decision midway through the Canyons game. A loss 41-24. He decided to bring more snaps to number 15, Jordan Barton, and this offense has erupted with him under center. Now, they probably, as we mentioned, would have erupted whether it was him or Bud Burney, as this team has developed so much over the season. But Barton has been at the forefront of a huge change for this football team. A short run with the tackle from Weddington. That will be listed as a gain of about a yard for Lawrence Starks.
On the stop, number 55. Hunter Field for the Comets. Brings up a 2nd and 7 for the Tigers.
Next time we do an RCC broadcast, it most likely will be a little cooler than today, 83 degrees and crystal clear skies for this primetime matchup, RCC and Palomar.
Yeah, it felt like summer today. My kids were out swimming. I woke up this morning with hearing cannonballs in my pool.
They were just practicing before the game, weren't they?
Kids, no, my little kids. They woke up at 8 o'clock this morning. They were out there swimming around.
Barton's going deep and overthrows him by a step again. A bit too far to Devin Gitchaway. The coverage by Ricky Davis Jr., who leads the team with 3 interceptions this season.
So a quick 3. Coach Kraft can't be happy with that. Less than a minute, they held the ball there. Going to give it right back to Palomar. Like you said, Palomar.
Are you kidding? They are thrilled that they went 3 and out. Here's Chavez with plenty of field to get rid of this kickoff, right? Or this punt.
I like Chavez, but I want to see him hold the ball for more than a minute.
Fair enough. Here's Chavez again, an average of just under 38 yards a punt. This one is even better than average. What a hit. TJ Patu, freshman from Tustin, with a flag down.
Wow, what a great tackle. I don't know the flag. Let's see here. If it's helmet to helmet, then yes, but I don't think so, as we watch right here.
Boom.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I'm not sure if that's a good call.
Kick catch interference
Oh, was it fair catch?
against the kicking team,
Those
number
kick catches.
45. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. First down.
So what was the
Palomar.
call?
Kick catch interference. Because he didn't say fair catch.
Yeah, he's not calling for a fair catch at all.
Yeah, and he had a couple of steps. So we had the angle of the return man the whole time. He never waved fair catch. So either the official didn't see it and he pronounced kick catch interference, or he really believes he didn't have a chance to secure it yet, which seemed pretty clear that he did. Nevertheless, Palomar has the ball at their own 45. He fakes to his left, incomplete to Johnson. Great coverage by Carlton Johnson, number 1, the sophomore from Moreno Valley.
Did you say Johnson and Johnson?
Johnson and Johnson. When have we heard that name before?
Hey, every hand wipe that we've used for the last 2 years, my friend.
Hey, those Johnson and Johnson bottles says it gets rid of the tears, but I think they lied to us about that. Anyways,
They also make baby powder.
that's right. They make LeBron James pregame powder.
And that's going to go against Palomar, and they're going to get
6 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still, second down.
So Palomar's coming off of a loss to San Diego Mesa, but they racked up a season-high 407 yards passing in the game against the Olympians. Tonight, Palomar's offense has been nowhere near where they were last week.
Yeah, they have 53 passing yards.
48 total yards.
Yep.
2nd and 15. Another Walker run where he meets a couple of Tigers right away. The first to escort him towards the side was Rayshawn Gilmore, number 90. Let's check out how he beats the block on this play. One of the defensive linemen, number 90, for RCC, slips right through. In fact, he wasn't even touched.
No. But watch this. Watch the second hit here. Watch, he's. Yikes.
Diavonte Davis-Smith, number 25.
I really like the quickness and aggression that these guys defense is showing tonight. They're getting after it.
3rd and 15. He guns it over the middle, and that's complete right in front of the diving safety Davis-Smith, and a first down to Tyler Pye, the freshman from Tallahassee. It's a gain of 18.
Zeke with a 3-step drop. Just a perfect pass. Great pass right in the middle of the field.
Right in front of the marker for Tyler Pye. He came in with 10 catches on the season. He's got nearly a half dozen in just the first half. Number 19 for Palomar with a fresh set of downs. Comets have, since the slow start, they've really impressed in the second quarter, taking control, time of possession.
False start. Number 70 of the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Just until
Still first
recently,
down.
they avoided the penalty.
And those false starts have really cost them. Especially when they're have the momentum here.
First and 15. Dennis Garrison, a sophomore from Amityville, New York.
Wait, Amityville, New York?
I was gonna say I have no clue where that is.
You don't?
No. Where
If
is
you
it?
ever, that's very Halloween-esque. And you've never heard of the Amityville Horror?
No. What is that?
It's a great legendary horror movie about this house in Amityville, New York. It's a true story. Look it up tonight when you go home. That's the homework I'm giving you.
Oh,
watch
that's
Amityville Horror.
I am always open. Alex Hill makes the catch. Always open for a horror movie. So bring it on.
The Amityville Horror, I mean, there's been about 7 of them. They've had different remakes and so forth. But yes, if he's from Amityville, New York, hey, that's pretty cool.
Is this going to be in black and white?
No.
I'm
no.
just kidding.
Ryan Reynolds is in one of them. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
My wife likes that one because I believe Ryan Reynolds takes his shirt off.
Pressure by Gilmore, and that pass falls incomplete. Terrific job up front again. A busy first half for number 90, Rayshon Gilmore. The Payne throws incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th and 7. The ball's at the Tiger 39-yard line.
Oh, he's going to go for it.
Oh.
Stop it.
All right, 56 yards for Landon Ogles.
Let's see what you got, Landon.
This would match the season best for Chavez. It's drifting. It's drifting. He got enough on that one, and it's good. 56.
All right there, buddy.
I do you the same. Not better, but the same for Ogles.
Ogles and Chavez. It's like a prize fight. Woo! 2 kickers getting after it.
Ogles is 7 for 7 this season. His previous long was 38. How about stretching out his range on that kick? And he had about maybe 2 or 3 yards to spare.
That was a great kick, but I'm still not putting a shirt with his leg on it. I'm all Chavez. Chavez, you got to give me 57 tonight, buddy.
Well, we'll see how the Tigers play it. Maybe they take quarterback kneels once they reach the 40.
That was awesome.
A terrific kick from Landon Ogles, a Rancho Bernardo High School product in the city of San Diego.
We have 2 NFL kickers here playing right now.
Shade intended. As that kickoff is down for a touchback. RCC had another guy, John Garibay, who about 5 or 6 years ago was getting tried out for the NFL. I don't know what it is. The Tigers have great kickers.
They have the best kicker of all time in Frank Corral.
That's right. That is absolutely right.
Frank Corral, a local product, played here at RCC, then went to UCLA, and then played for the Rams. Mm-hmm. He was the leading scorer in the Rams. Was in a Pro Bowl 3 times.
Wow. Come to RCC to hone in on your kicking skills.
He was inducted into the Hall of Fame here in 2005.
That Hall of Fame mantle for RCC is getting way too long. I have no issue about it. Thomas Kinslow for the first down. Just hard to keep track.
A lot of great athletes come out of here. A lot of great contributors as well. Great coaches all around. Jerry Tarkanian, Bill Mulligan. Guys that everybody's heard of.
2-minute drill. Kinslow again squirts through a hole and is upended near the 45-yard line. The tackle by a freshman from Carlsbad, Chris Sanchez.
First down. Brings up a 2nd and 4.
RCC, one of the premier college programs for athletics and academics here in the state of California. First down pickup.
I believe you're a graduate of RCC.
Yes,
and
2018.
I
I couldn't tell you how many professors at RCC were former UCLA professors and USC professors. For some reason, they felt RCC is the place to hone in on my professing skills, and I'm telling you that the academics here was incredible.
And our guy, Scott Brocious, who runs the ship here at Riverside TV, learned everything he knew about television and, I guess, electronics. That sounds about right, since I know nothing about it either. He's a graduate of RCC.
RCC offers cooking courses.
What?
Yes, they do. I never took one. I should have. Should have taken a cooking course here.
I want to join the culinary arts program so I could be part of their.
Here goes Starks inside the 10, down to the 9.
Yeah, apparently they have a culinary arts program here, and they have a restaurant downtown where you can go down and get food made by RCC students.
That's a pretty cool deal. RCC, in the midst of a phenomenal drive, has just 42 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Here's Starks, makes a move, and Weddington wraps him up, joined by Garcia at about the 7. RCC has 2 timeouts left, and they will use one of them right here. So in the middle of our great culinary conversation, and this goes into the world-class barbecuing that they have on the sideline. It's amazing the Tigers aren't distracted as players after every game with all the barbecuing down there.
Well, you know why they're not distracted? Because the meat's not raw, my friend. Tigers only eat raw meat.
Oh, man.
No,
Very crafty.
We walked by, though, smelled the hamburgers and hot dogs are back here at Wheelock.
Smell them right here.
Oh, man. I was excited. I was going to get one before the game, but I never eat right before a game.
Never.
I can't. I'll fall asleep.
That's why I'm going to get you something to eat before the next game.
Hey, whoa,
just because.
whoa.
Why not?
Whoa, did you say you want me to fall asleep?
Like a sizzling steak. Put it right here on the booth.
I thought you enjoyed
Jeff Gorham, it's about time, all right? It's about time I speak up.
Oh, stop it. You can speak up all you like, buddy. You're still Nick Rice.
Still the alternate for the trivia.
Still alternate right now.
Barton with the handoff. Lawrence Starks dives to the goal line. And it appears he was down just short. We'll see how the Tigers play this. They've got 27 seconds. RCC goes no huddle. There's a look at the replay, but Starks was stopped short. Barton will not, though. He isn't denied as the quarterback is in. It's his first rushing touchdown of the season.
What a great drive by RCC there. That's the magic of Tom Kraft. You talk about magicians, you talk about David Copperfield, you talk about Penn and Teller and Tom Kraft. Houdini and Tom Kraft.
There, I added one.
That was a good one.
All right. 17 seconds left in the second quarter. That's a 2-minute drill for you. As Riverside goes the distance, the Tigers' offense has been outstanding. And there they go with the no huddle tonight as Barton, who has a few big runs this year, scores from short. It's a 1-yard touchdown scamper for Barton, the freshman quarterback.
Yeah, 277 yards in the first half.
7 yards of play.
That's not bad. 15 first downs to Palomar's 5. So pretty dominating first half here from the Tigers.
RCC averages 17 first downs. So I would say their offense certainly took a step up in this game. And for Riverside, a win tonight puts them unbeaten in the league.
What's the league called again? It's
the National Central League. Now, what's
out
weird
of
about
the
the SCFA, I won't bother explaining too much more, other than RCC changes its conference alignment every other year. It's interesting. It's different. But the whole SCFA, every 2 years, they say, we're going to have new opponents. RCC has changed opponents numerous times, and the results have been pretty similar every year under Tom Kraft.
Just winning.
Just winning.
A lot of people up here in the booth.
Yeah.
That's, because it's homecoming.
Are they watching us, or are they watching
No.
Culpepper? That's who.
They're here to watch the halftime festivities.
And Culpepper sounds like that with a mask on. Imagine how he sounds when he takes that mask off. Kickoff down for a touchback by the Comets. Rance Gardner, number 5.
He brought out to the 25-yard line. That's where the Comets will take over.
"17 seconds left. That Tiger defense gave up 41 to College of the Canyons 14 days ago. They have allowed 6, courtesy of 2 field goals, 1 a chip shot, and 1 not quite a chip shot by Ogles.
Would have been a tying record here at RCC. Not as good as Chavez, though. I'm not going to let him besmirch my guy Chavez.
Now, would you take Chavez or Corral in a kicking contest in their heyday?
Chavez,
Really?
of course.
You know, at the half, I'm going to figure out what was the longest Frank Corral field goal.
It wasn't 56, but it was pretty darn good. I mean, Frank Corral, Hall of Famer, of course, but Chavez. I'm all about the Chavez. I'm his number 1 fan. I'm gonna meet him someday.
You're going to meet him someday. I thought you already had lunch with a guy.
No.
All right, so we played 2 quarters. RCC's up 24-6, and they've got a quarterback in Jacob Barton. Jordan Barton. Jacob Bartlett was the quarterback last year. That's Jordan Barton, who has accounted for 2 touchdowns, over 200 yards. He has been terrific.
Oh, just phenomenal half by the entire Tiger team. Defensively, offensively, they dominated both facets of the game, only giving up 2 field goals. So Coach Kraft and the Tigers are moving in the right direction after those 2 losses.
3 things are going to happen in the second half. 1, I'm going to figure out how to pronounce Jordan Barton. 2, I'm going to figure out what Halloween movies I should watch tonight. And 3, we'll check out the rest of the scores and standings in this league and a whole lot more. The Marching Tigers are on tap as well, as we've got the homecoming festivities here at RCC. We're at the half on Riverside TV. Tigers lead the Comets 24-6. More coming up right after this.
Engine 1 AMR, respond with RPD for a traffic accident with injuries. In 1234 Main, cross of Columbia, 2 vehicles involved.
Each year, the Riverside City Fire Department responds to 40,000 emergency calls.
431.
And the men and women of the Riverside Police Department drive Code 3 every day.
We need your help so you know what to do when you see emergency vehicles.
Pull to the right.
Pull to the right.
Pull to the right. So help us help you.
We need you to pull to the right.
The Riverside County Transportation Commission has partnered with California Operation Lifesaver to educate Riverside County residents about how to be safe around trains and railroad tracks. Here are 3 safety facts you need to know. First, trespassing on train tracks is not only dangerous and can lead to serious injury, it is also illegal. Second, you may not always be able to hear a train coming, which is why it's important to always stay off and away from tracks. And finally, it can take a train up to a mile to come to a complete stop. If an object or person is on the tracks and the train can't stop in time, unfortunately, a collision may occur. Now that you're the expert, you can help us spread the word by sharing these important safety messages with your friends and family. We thank you for practicing rail safety.
We are proud of the Riverside Police Department's tradition of integrity, service, and excellence. RPD officers are disciplined,
Associated students of Riverside Community College, I would like to welcome you to Homecoming 2021. The homecoming candidates you are about to meet have been through a week of hard but fun work. These candidates put their social media skills to work to earn votes from their fellow students. And now, your 2021 Riverside City College homecoming candidates. Sydney DeCastro. Andy Garcia, Dulce Hernandez, and Juan Mendoza. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. May we have a drum roll, please? The winners are Sidney D. Castro and Juan Mendoza. And now, for your homecoming halftime entertainment, we are pleased to present one of the truly elite college marching bands in the country. They have performed all over the world in virtually every major pageantry event, including Bands of America Grand National Championships, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and 9 appearances in the Tournament of Roses Parade. These musical ambassadors have also celebrated New Year's Day events in London, Rome, and Paris. Often referred to as Hollywood's band, they have more than 20 motion picture credits, including the American Pie films, Austin Powers, and most recently Moxie on Netflix. You've seen them in dozens of television shows like The Office, Parks and Recreation, and the HBO hit Euphoria. They've also been featured in numerous music videos with artists like Travis Barker, the All-American Rejects, and even Weird Al. The Associated Students and Department of Music proudly present the official band of the City of Riverside. Please welcome your Riverside City College Marching Tigers. Our 2021 program is entitled Music for the Soul, beginning with a song by Lionel Richie and remixed by Jacob Collier called All Night Long, featuring trombone soloist Trevor Jackson and our horn band, Daniel Mila on flute, David Cabrera on alto sax, Ethan Douglas on tenor sax, Devin Berniger on trombone, and Ethan Rodine on trumpet. And debuting for you, part 2 tonight will feature soloist Vanessa Hernandez on flute and Jacob Wallenbrock on euphonium in Sam Smith's Writings on the Wall. We hope you enjoy Music for the Soul. And now, under the direction of drum majors Kyle Cherry, Jonathan Spray, and Jacob Wallenbrock, here are the RCC Marching Tigers. the Riverside City College Marching Tigers. The RCC band director is James Rocio. Music specialist is Kurt Gilgis. The RCC drum majors are Kyle Cherry, Jonathan Spray, and Jacob Wallenbrock. The Marching Tigers' next performance is Saturday, October 23rd at Ramona High School for our WBA Big Orange Classic. For more information, visit rccband.org.
Engine 1 AMR, respond with RPD for a traffic accident with injuries. In 1234 Main crosses Columbia, 2 vehicles involved.
Each year, the Riverside City Fire Department responds to 40,000 emergency calls.
431.
And the men and women of the Riverside Police Department drive Code 3 every day.
We need your help, so you know what to do when you see emergency vehicles.
Pull to the right.
Pull to the right.
Pull to the right. So help us help you.
We need you to pull to the right.
The Riverside County Transportation Commission has partnered with California Operation Lifesaver to educate Riverside County residents about how to be safe around trains and railroad tracks. Here are 3 safety facts you need to know. First, trespassing on train tracks is not only dangerous and can lead to serious injury, it is also illegal. Second, you may not always be able to hear a train coming, which is why it's important to always stay off and away from tracks. And finally, it can take a train up to a mile to come to a complete stop. If an object or person is on the tracks and the train can't stop in time, unfortunately, a collision may occur. Now that you're the expert, you can help us spread the word by sharing these important safety messages with your friends and family. We thank you for practicing rail safety.
We are proud of the Riverside Police Department's tradition of integrity, service, and excellence. RPD officers are disciplined, well-trained professionals who always lean forward to make our community safer and more livable. We are always looking for mature, educated men and women who want to apply their courage and judgment to serve the people of Riverside. If that's who you are, we want to talk to you.
My name is Melissa Olmos, and I'm a driver operator in the Department of Refuse for the City of Riverside, and I've been doing this for 4 months already. I really enjoy it because this job is not like a routine, so every day is different. So I'm assigned to do the bookings. The residents call to the city to be serviced, and these items is large furniture, mattress, and appliance. The residents, they have 2 times a year, and these items I put it in the back of the packer, and the packer crashes and compact these items so I can take it to the dump. My favorite part of the job is driving the truck. Since I was younger, my dream was to be a driver. And now that the City of Riverside gave me this opportunity, I really enjoy it. I'm really proud of what I do because when I go to the residents' houses, I see the faces, they're happy because we're picking up the items they don't want anymore. So I try to get in here because this is a better job for me with a better stability. And I wanted to because I want to set a good example for my 2 daughters that I have. One of my hobbies that I have is go hiking. I like the outside activities like camping, and I also enjoy riding motorcycles. If I have to describe my job in one word, it will be perfect.
our very first building of a Little Free Pantry. We are building a Little Free Pantry in our community. It will be one of the 26 throughout Riverside that will help fill the gaps of food scarcity here in Riverside. Data is telling us now that 1 in 6 families are hungry. It's about 44% of adults and about 50% of children that are hungry here within our own neighborhood, in our own backyard.
Because of the pandemic, there's a lot of hunger out there. There's a lot of families in need, and we hope that this will act as a bridge until families are able to get the food that they need. I think that there are always those times where we are living paycheck to paycheck and we need just a few cans of something to get us by. So these little pantries will serve in that capacity, and we're really excited to see something that will help families in need.
And this has been a wonderful collaboration with the Riverside Mutual Aid Network, IEHP, here at Sandals Church, and the City of Riverside. So this has been a fantastic opportunity for community members to step up and to fill a real void in our city, which is food insecurity. So the idea is that if one of these free little pantries in your neighborhood, you could stock it as frequently or as infrequently as you want to. And the idea behind it is that when people have extra food, it doesn't go to waste.
These pantries are just kind of the first step, right, for reintroducing neighbors back to each other, getting folks involved in taking care of each other again, and just strengthening those community bonds that Riverside is so known for. Because things like food drives and food distributions, they're really good, but they only help folks in that moment of need. And we wanted to create something that would continue giving back 5, 10, 15 years from now, and really allow the community to get back into taking care of each other instead of maybe relying on, just government or nonprofit structures to kind of take care of them.
If others want to follow suit, they can apply at riversideca.gov/cares is an application, or they can email us at neighbor@riversideca.gov.
Welcome back. Tigers lead at the end of 2 quarters, 24-6 over the Comets. Riverside just enjoyed quite the halftime homecomings festivities. There was a king and queen announced. We had the marching Tigers in full force. What a halftime show we had here at Wheelock Stadium.
I was dancing around like a maniac up here. It was wonderful. Got to hear some great music from the band. Phenomenal stuff from the Marching Tigers.
The Marching Tigers, they have taken trips all across the country with their excellent work, and the Tigers find themselves, the Marching Tigers that is, walking their way back over towards the side. Fresh off of a terrific first half, they have plenty of touchdowns to play for. Riverside put up 3 touchdowns in that first half, 2 from their quarterback, and Jordan Barton. He was terrific for 30 minutes, accounting for nearly 200 yards all-purpose tonight.
Yeah, he was 12 of 18 through the air, 168 yards and a touchdown. Just an amazing stat line. But I was really impressed with the overall game itself. I mean, they were playing both sides of the football great. Coach Kraft and his entire staff have to be happy. I'm sure at halftime said, hey, we got to put it to them even more, because the Comets are going to try to make adjustments.
The number 5 Mount San Antonio Mounties enjoy a touchdown lead over number 16 El Camino as we go into the 3rd quarter of that important league game. Kickoff soars for a touchback. Meanwhile, for the Comets, they find themselves down by 18. We have seen glimpses of good play out of this offense, but it's been just a little too inconsistent, especially early in the game when they suffered 3 straight 3-and-outs to begin this contest tonight.
Oh, they came out, Riverside just came out focused and ready to play. It helps when you have a bye week. You can kind of fix some issues, and Riverside, they definitely had some issues coming into tonight's game.
But that RCC defense tonight has held their quarterback and the offense as a whole to just 79 yards. This unit averages over 300 a game this year, but the Comets get a big play out of Malachi Russell. That is the first catch of the season for the freshman receiver, and a Palomar first down.
And they came out with a strike here. I mean, that was a quick, just a 2-step drop back, and big play.
So that will go down as a gain of 30 from Malachi Russell.
30-yard complete.
And the Comets, number 10, Zeke Payne, 6'1", 195-pound freshman from San Diego. He hands to Walker. And he is spilled after a short gain. The tackle by Gage Summers of RCC. Riverside, the number 11th ranked team in the state of California. They are the top-ranked school with 2 losses, if that means anything. The football pollsters had so much respect for this program, they put them over a couple unbeaten teams in the top 25. Deep shot over the head of Russell and incomplete. I'm sure the pollsters knew that the Tigers are capable off of a bye of playing like they had in the first half. But this is certainly far from a comfortable lead against a team in the Comets playing well to start the third quarter.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, you can't be too excited when you look at their quarterback has just made a couple bad passes, and both of those could have been for big-time touchdowns here. The defense has to shore this up here.
Crowd chants for the defense. This is the 5th play of this Comets drive. We are less than 90 seconds into the second half. Payne throws short of the first down. Summers, Davis, Smith, and also number 40 for Riverside, Noah Purcell on the tackle.
4th and 2 for the Comets.
They're really spreading out this defense of Riverside. A lot different look than we saw in the first half.
Big play for Palomar. They have 4th and a long 1, and this could end up being 4th and 6. We just saw the Comets field goal kicker make a 56-yarder.
False start. Number 67 of the offense. That's a 5-yard
Jeff
penalty.
Gorham, this would be 58.
4th down.
Not going to do it. Can't do it. Now they're going to punt.
He's spoken into existence, Jeff Gorham. That brings up a 4th down. The Comets' Landon Ogles has pinned his opponents inside the 20 already 9 times this year. Towards the sideline, this punt is out of bounds again inside the 10. They'll mark it out of the 6. No, at the 10. Faked me.
This is a punter and kicker's duel.
It sure is tonight. I just learned at the half that Frank Corral's all-time UCLA and NFL long was 49. Great RCC Tiger back in the day.
You told me a stat I didn't know. He was the last kicker, punter, place kicker, punter in the NFL. Is that right?
Last guy to do both.
That's an incredible stat.
That is really incredible. Connors gets drilled by Emmett Vasey in the backfield. We talked about at the half with someone who should be having more on-air time with us. He was just so great about the San Diego State Matt Vasey's being a guy that could end up being one of those type of players. It's amazing to me that for 40 years there hasn't been a player who's good at both. It's a slightly different skill, kicking and punting, but not that different, is it? Here's Houston out of bounds.
I only played kickball. I didn't know how to kick a football. It's tough to kick a ball that's not round. It's, it's an oblong spheroid. Did you know that's what you call it?
Spheroid.
It's an oblong spheroid. That's
interesting.
The technical term of a football is an oblong spheroid. Didn't know that, did you?
No, but I knew it's a pigskin. All right. It's probably not a pigskin. It's probably just leather.
Oh, right? That's what leather is. Leather is skin, my friend.
Did the skin come from Walmart and Target?
No, it came from a pig.
Third down for Barton. With the pocket collapsing, he throws a strike. Out of bounds to Houston. We'll see where they mark forward progress. That's enough for the first down. Ricky Davis Jr. made the tackle.
Yeah, basically a football is a chicharron.
Interesting.
If you put it in hot oil, it's like a pork rind.
No wonder why Frank Corral was so great at kicking footballs. He was a native of Chihuahua, Mexico. They must have had quite a bit of those down there.
I'm telling you.
Those pigskins.
I've been to Chihuahua, Mexico.
Have you?
I have. I recruited a basketball player out of there.
Back during your great days, here is Jordan Barton. He's got some wheels too. First down, Riverside. Riley Fountain hammers the quarterback. Longest run of the day isn't by a tailback. It's Jordan Barton on the run.
Jordan Barton getting going there. Taking a shot, though. You got to slide, my man. Slide. It's baseball. Keep safe.
Number 63, Riley Fontaine on the stop for the Comets.
Yeah, that must have been a heart-stopping hit.
All these quarterbacks want to take shots. You got to slide. Be smart.
20-yard run and a big hit at the end of it. It's a first down. Dean Connors on the inside. And he falls forward. That may be a first down. What an effort as he runs right through Jalen Dye. First down, Riverside.
Yeah, Connors churning those legs. Didn't have a great first half. He only had 3 carries for negative yards. He said, I got to get out of the negative, and I'm back in the positive.
So Dean Connors was a top 5 runner in the league, 200 yards on the ground this season, so he was overdue for a play like that, Dean Connors. RCC has brought numerous running backs to Division I ball, mostly recently Malik Walker to Portland State a couple of seasons ago. Connors sweeps to his left, wrapped up by Cialoy after the impressive run from Connors. You brought him up in the first half as a blue-collar runner.
Brings his lunchbox to work. Takes care of business.
Connors flanks Barton to the left. RCC has come out on fire to begin the second half. Barton throws in the flat for Tucker, and he is drilled at around the 36-yard line. Gain of 1.
I think that ball actually hit the floor. I don't see if they gave it to him.
Let's check out that play.
It was a tip,
again.
and watch. I believe it hits the ground before. I don't think this is actually a catch.
Oh,
he
got it. Fletcher makes the stop. Did you just say that I didn't know that it was a catch, Jeff Gorham? Were you questioning it?
I didn't think it was up. There's a flag.
Connors tackle by Weddington. Our lead official for tonight's game is Nelson Bay. And joining his officiating crew, make no mistake, to the great Steelers Hall of Famer, Joe Green is the field judge.
Mean Joe Green?
What? Maybe that is
After the play, personal foul.
51 for Riverside, Ed Riley.
He's trying to fix his mic.
All right.
There he goes.
Number 51 of the offense.
He's having some issues. Our guy, Scott Brocious, go down and fix him.
Oh, yeah. Put that RCC technological expertise to the test. Or just replace the batteries.
Yeah, Duracell.
Apparently those things never die. It's like the Energizer Bunny, except for when it's midway through a call. He wanted to make sure that the number got recognized.
Shame.
Yeah. First down from the 48-yard line. Here's Connors, who squirts through a small hole and gains about 4. So RCC has a defensive coordinator. I just learned this. I knew he was really good, James Cook. He used to be a college scouting assistant player personnel for the Chiefs. That's the D coordinator for RCC.
And he's done a phenomenal job.
I would say so. Gain of 4. Barton, as the Comets appear to be laid off the snap. He looks to his right, deep to Moore. He's got it to the 30 with a block in front. Ty Moore has no one in front of him, and there's no flags on the field. Ty Moore, for the first time this year, draws the cannon at Wheelock Stadium. Touchdown, Tigers.
That was a great block as well.
Ty Moore for the touchdown. 45-yard touchdown reception.
And now the Tigers will bring out the extra point group.
Who's the kicker?
It is Ricardo Chavez.
Chavez!
Yes.
Oh, that's good again.
And the PAT is good. Ricardo Chavez, this will be music to your ears. 15 for 15 on extra points. Barton with a double hard count. It appeared the Comets were a half step behind off the snap, and that allows for Ty Moore to break free in the right side. There he is, 45 yards and an RCC touchdown.
Now here's the block right there.
Number 3, Devin Gitchaway springs him loose.
The kick is up. The kick is good with 8:27.
You thought we had enough angles? Let's check that out on the wide cam.
31.
Great blocking as well from the running back, and Lawrence Starks.
Ricardo Chavez kicking for Riverside. Back deep for Palomar. Number 18.
You know, those blocks by wide receivers never get on the stat sheet, Jeff Gorham.
No, they don't, because normally they don't block. Wide receivers are divas. They don't block. But that was a good one, so we gotta give him that one.
Yeah, Devin Gitchaway from Rancho Cucamonga, California. A freshman wide receiver. A product out of Rancho Cucamonga High School. 8:27 to go in the third quarter. Tigers have all but secured a win tonight. They need about a few more plays to seal a win here. Fair catch is signaled and made. Comets, it's a chance, a slim one, down 25. 8:27 to go in the third quarter, but Palomar isn't done just yet.
We're Riverside fans, though.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I wasn't sure. RCC, they've got 4 games left in the regular season, and if they are to hang on to this one, it'd be pretty good to be a Tigers fan watching this team turn around this year, and by the next time we're at home, we'll have a pretty good idea about if this team is in position to make the playoffs, win the conference, and what seeding they may have. So big football is remaining for them, and we'll know a lot in a couple of weeks. Hill with the catch on the throw from Payne. That's a gain of 6. Open field stop out of the shoot tops from the sophomore DeMonte Peoples, number 29.
Brings up a second down.
And that's really been most effective, getting the ball in flat there and in space.
2nd and 4 for the Comets.
Solid form tackle from Peoples. Payne under duress again. That may be a face mask.
Yes.
A sack by Talib Salahuddin. That would have been his 2nd sack of the year.
Definitely a face mask. Let's see if his battery's working.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 34 of the defense. It'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Oh, almost got through the play.
Almost.
First down.
You know, he might be milking his on-air time right there.
That was pretty good. I would too. That was pretty sweet.
First down Palomar after the mistake by the Tigers. From their own 38s, Payne with a fresh set of downs. Finds his man in the flat, and he slips right through for the first down. Tyler Pye. Let's see if there's another face mask on that run from Pye.
Got a horse collar?
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 9 at the defense. The 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down, Palomar.
So Tyler Pye, before he breaks free, he gets an arm, a face mask from number 9, Alex Oyewale. If I was a football player, I'd always love to have those visors, but that's one advantage of not having a visor. You can put your helmet right into the defensive player's hands and can draw a face mask like we saw right here. Big hit up front by Kyle Jordan. The freshman makes the stop.
No gain on the tackle, number 32.
There's 72, Kyle Jordan, who slips right through in the end and drags him down.
Number 72 on the tackle.
Brought down by a litter. A litter.
But one thing that's amazing, not a gang of tigers, a litter of tigers?
A litter.
Oh. Interesting. 2nd and 10. Payne dances, throws to Walker on the right side of the 30. And Dewey Walker is out across the 25. One thing that's amazing to me as an offensive player is that you can draw a face mask penalty by getting, of course, your mask dragged. You cannot be penalized for a face mask outside of really rare occasions for literally grabbing the defensive player's face mask. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Derrick Henry has made, he has prided himself in those sort of plays for the Titans. There's the pass rush and the RCC sack. Chris Ballard. Not to be mistaken for the owner of the Colts, Chris Ballard.
Chris Ballard.
Nearly got a penalty thrown there for a little taunting afterwards. The referee said, nah, I'm not going to call that.
Enough on-air time for now.
Ball to the 34-yard line.
Chris Ballard, a sophomore from Arlington, Texas, on the sack. Tigers have 3 of those today. High snap, inside run to Walker, and he is going nowhere. Another open field hit from number 33, linebacker Gage Summers. Some open field form tackling by the Tigers. Here's another look. Textbook. Send that in the film to young kids. Maybe one of your kids can get some of that film.
Are you kidding me? My kids wouldn't tackle a soul. They're pacifists.
Pacifists, huh? But they're no pacifists of the open water.
No.
3rd and 15. Under duress, his throw was just past Walker. There's Tyler Pye to the 10. And he's run out by Kylan Ross at about the 3.
To be 1st and goal, Comets.
He's been the pie of the eye of the quarterback today. Tyler Pye must have about 9 or 10 catches already for the Comets. A real security blanket for Palomar. That brings up a 1st down and goal from about the 3. Walker is in the backfield, joined by Zeke Payne. As Palomar responds to the RCC touchdown with a terrific drive late in the 3rd quarter. Gut run to Walker, who takes 2 Tigers defenders to try and drag him in, yet he still scores. Late flag as it's a Walker touchdown. So the Comets go on a terrific drive, Jeff Gorham. We don't know exactly how many yards they gained in the first half, but it was nowhere near what they had at that on that possession.
Exactly. And Riverside cannot be happy with the way they came out and played some defense, because the Comets have been able to comet their way, fly down the field like
they soared into the end zone, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 70 defense.
Don't worry, our batteries here on our Riverside TV.
There it is.
On the kickoff.
We got plenty of power here on Riverside TV. We got you covered throughout the game. Comets score the touchdown. That's Tawee Walker, the freshman from Peoria, Arizona, with his 5th touchdown run of the season. He's gone over 500 yards in 2021 and flanks the quarterback as they will go for 2. 31-12. Bootleg from Payne. He throws and a terrific design across his body to Cassidy. 2-point conversion is successful. Jake Cassidy leaks out and scores for Palomar.
With 4:36 to go in the third quarter.
Play call of the day, Jeff Gorham.
31. The Palomar Comets 14.
If you are Riverside, you cannot be happy, though, with the penalties that they have got here in this third quarter.
James Cook, the defensive coordinator, is talking things over. The Tigers coaching staff, Brandon Silva, special teams and receivers, Mustafa Johnson at offensive line, Pene Talamevo, defensive line and strength coach, Eduardo Pacheco at linebacker, and DJ Patterson coaching the DBs. Up against the Palomar club that is searching for a huge win to start the league season, and that touchdown makes it just a 17-point game. Riverside appeared in prime position to put this one away in the third quarter, but the Comets silence the Riverside crowd with the score.
Number 54, Landon Ogle kicking for Palomar.
Now, Palomar had a fantastic start to the game last week, but blew a fourth quarter lead for the first time this season in their loss to San Diego Mesa. But they came back with the bitter taste in their mouth and have, in a resounding fashion, stayed in the game with their quarterback. That kickoff through the end zone for a touchback. It certainly helps that the penalties assisted that drive for the Comets. Tom Kraft speaks over to his offense.
Ball into the end zone, it'll be spotted at the 25-yard line. That's what
The Tigers have scored their most points in a game this season, but they need a whole lot more than that if Palomar keeps manufacturing the type of drives they did just a moment ago. 4:37 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, in fact, in the first half, Palomar only had 5 first downs. They've had 7 in the first 8 minutes of this quarter.
And that was all in the last drive. They had 8 or 7 first downs on a single possession because they went 3 and out to start the second half. That was an incredible drive by the Comets. Walter Brooks, number 84. He will be marked out of bounds at around the 40.
Complete to number 84, Walter Brooks on the reception. First down, Tigers!
You know, Jeff Gorham, should I even say anything else or just let Culpepper take us home?
No. We are good.
Oh, we are good.
We are good. Yeah, Leon Culpepper.
Leon Culpepper.
The voice.
Lawrence Starks to the outside with a block from his quarterback. That's a gain of 13 and a first down. If you thought taking that hit on the quarterback scramble wasn't bad, how about Bartlett as the lead blocker for Starks on this play?
Look how quick Starks gets out, though.
Is that going to stop your heart a beat if you're Tom Kraft?
Yes. You don't want your quarterback ever getting hurt or messing around with those big, tough linebackers.
Number 15, Jordan Barton from Laverne, California.
Went to Damien Catholic school out. Great football program. In fact, they are playing tonight versus Aquinas.
Well, Barton's looking deep again. Seam route to Moore. He slips to the 27. Number 27 for an RCC first down.
Ty Moore, first down, Tigers!
There we go, another first down.
22-yard complete.
21 for the night. How many were they averaging coming in tonight?
17.
17, so.
Let's check out Ty Moore's numbers. He's been pretty good at wide receiver. 4 catches for 74 yards. That's his best performance as an RCC Tiger, a freshman from Las Vegas, Nevada. Some pretty good football out there. Bishop Gorman High School's the Juggernaut program in southern Nevada. Barton directs traffic. He's still looking. He takes off and is dragged down at around the 24. That's the sort of signals we see out of like a Patrick Mahomes when he's out of the pocket.
Yeah, if he's pointing to guys to move and go.
Get open. Find holes in the defense.
That's street football right there.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes has taken some thumps this year, though, man. People
Yeah.
just because they're not winning, he's still Patrick Mahomes. Their defense is giving up 1,000 points.
Yeah, maybe it's just because they played the Chargers.
Could be.
And then there's conversation now that Justin Herbert is better than Patrick Mahomes. Okay, let's slow down on that conversation. But
slow your roll for a while.
But Herbert's awesome, and I didn't know that he'd be that good out of college, which goes to show, that's why RCC, they've got the sort of eye for talent that sometimes NCAA teams don't have. Where it's like, this guy's too small.
Yes.
He's too slow.
Yes.
Chavez, maybe he's not cool enough for our program, but he's way cool enough for the Tigers. That pass drops. Sometimes I don't know what the qualifications are.
Did you say Chavez might not be cool enough?
I don't have any other answer for you.
No, Chavez is in the same breath as Bieber.
Really?
Yeah,
because Chavez is 6'2", 165. He's big enough.
Yeah, but he should just go by one name, Chavez.
Chavez.
Like Bieber.
Maybe he likes going by Ricky.
No, stop it. Stop it. Let's just knock it off. There he is.
Just knock it off.
Oh, it's my guy.
39 yards for Chavez. Long enough, high enough, and is good. With about 15 yards to spare, another good kick from Chavez.
Hey, come on, Cannon.
Yeah.
You just give a cannon shot for a. Let's go back to the cannons. Let's look at those guys over there.
Yeah.
I want to see the cannon.
We got the cannon?
Yeah, the cannon. There it is.
There it is.
Come on, guys, wake up. Chavez just kicked a shot, and you can't. Come on.
It tells you that we're in Southern California. It's 75 degrees, and they're all wearing jackets.
Come on. I'm really disappointed in the cannon guys.
I'm disappointed in the jacket wearing. Says the guy who said it was frigid last week when it was 62.
Oh, come on. I really want to. Every time they score, there should be a cannon. Especially with Chavez.
Chavez. Every time Chavez kicks off, just do it. What, is there a shortage of cannons?
Hey, there's cannonballs.
Or cannonballs?
All right, let me do this one time. I'm going to do a play-by-play one time.
Go for it.
Just here we go. Ready?
I'll provide you some color there.
No, here it is. Ready? Chavez. There you go. That was my.
All right, our new thing rest of the season. Every Chavez kickoff, punt, and kick. I'm expecting that out of you, Jeff Moore.
Darn right. He deserves his own shoe now. I want a T-shirt with his leg on it and a shoe. Just one of his shoes. I want a signed shoe.
A signed shoe?
At the end of the season, I want to be.
Frank Carell is crying right now because you've been raving about him throughout every time I've broadcast with you. Then this year, you broke up with him.
No, I still love Frank, but Chavez. I have pushed him aside for Chavez.
Maybe this is your way of trying to get an interview with this guy. Brandon Johnson over the post with one to beat for a touchdown. Can he do it? He straight arms him at the 20 and is dragged down to the 19-yard line. The stop from Carlton Johnson. Those two seem to be on every play together. Brandon Johnson, it's a gain of 46 and a first down. No, gain of 51. No, 56. I got the math wrong again.
Wow, I thought now you're back off the alternate list.
What is lower than alternate?
Off the team.
Walker to the 10. Tight ropes to the 5. Down to the 3. Okay, that's 16 yards.
Are you sure?
Got it.
Number 3, he takes it down to the 5-yard line.
Okay, in my defense, all right. Actually, let's see Walker. It's another touchdown. Okay, maybe I'm just a little bit bummed out right now. All right, Palomar's still in the game.
They're definitely in the game. They have taken it to the Tigers here in the third quarter.
They've got 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Our score is 34-20 RCC. And the point after is coming by Ogles.
What's his name?
Landon Ogles. Or maybe it's Ogles?
Ogles.
Ogles. Okay.
He's not worthy for just a one name, though.
No. Extra point is good. 34-21. Comets come in this league opener, and I would say they've got to feel pretty good about the way they played tonight.
No, they played great. I mean, especially in that third quarter with just, like I said, they had 10 first downs in that third quarter alone. They're 16 of 22, so they're starting to throw the ball pretty well here. Averaging about 10.5 yards per completion.
Brandon Johnson went for 56, not 46. And now with the green tee after that key play from Johnson, the Tigers may just have to respond again.
Yeah, Zeke Payne now 16 of 22 for 228 yards, so kind of catching on fire.
Now, don't get it mistaken, we've got a kickers duel tonight, but to a lesser degree, we also have a quarterback battle tonight. Payne's gone for 228, Jordan Barton 259 yards. High and away, the kickoff towers to about the 7. Taken back by Kinslow to the 30. And Thomas Kinslow has run out of bounds at around the 35.
Taken by number 2, Thomas Kinslow brings it out to the out to the 35-yard line.
So RCC may just have to do it again. Certainly the offense is not something bringing too many extra wrinkles to Tom Kraft tonight now, is it?
No, but it's been really the defense. I think the Comets came out and really made adjustments in the second half. They do have some time left to.
Would you look at that?
School record, Chavez.
All right. Just checking out the brochure for RCC, not to cut you off. End of the third quarter. There's the next heart attack tonight. So RCC's Tom Kraft began his coaching career as head coach of Palomar back in 1983. He's got to, I'm sure, be sick of every day watching football film. 1983, that's 38 years ago, 39 years ago, 38.
You say he's sick of watching film?
Yeah.
Kid me, he's a football coach. That's all they do. They live in the film room. He probably has a room in his house dedicated to watching film.
Tom Kraft, I'm sure, watches plenty of Marshall Faulk film. He was the head coach or the offensive coordinator in '95 when Marshall Faulk's single-season rushing record was broken by George Jones. And he has coached some incredible players, none more significant in the NFL now than J.C. Jackson. League leader in interceptions last season, was a Tiger a short time ago. Jackson. So whatever film he's watching, it's working. Tom Kraft, he is a lot like a Bill Belichick now, is he?
He is. He's salty.
Salty.
He's salty like Bill Belichick.
You know, at least Greg Popovich will give you some really nice sound bites in between quarters.
He's salty too.
Oh, is he? Dean Connors, gain of 12. First down Riverside. Vavega Cialoi makes the stop.
Connors now with 32 yards on 10 carries.
The Tigers have about 4 different runners in the stable of tailbacks in the backfield for RCC. You know, should I float a theory as to why number 18 scored a touchdown earlier tonight?
Yes.
That probably was number 5, Elijah Bennett, and he probably left his jersey somewhere.
You know, you're probably right.
It wouldn't be the first time I've seen that in a Tiger game. Kind of like, you might remember this, when Thurman Thomas left his helmet in the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Yeah, I know my football.
Remember Don Beebe's helmet? Don Beebe had that giant helmet. It was about this big.
Yeah.
It was huge. It looked like a bobblehead.
Mm-hmm. Amazing he didn't get more face mask penalties. Over-the-shoulder catch by Moore. Oohs and ahs from the crowd. First down, Riverside to the 20.
He has been a highlight film tonight. I mean, just an amazing catch again.
That gives him 6 catches for 121 yards.
Just watch this catch again. Whoa. Hey. He's had a great evening tonight. Phenomenal player.
Number 27, Ty Moore, who went not to Bishop Gorman, out of Desert Pines High School in Nevada. They've got some good programs out there in Las Vegas, but nothing quite like Riverside. We are so jazzed to bring you more Riverside action this coming Friday night, as there's just 2 teams remaining, Jeff Gorham, in the city of Riverside unbeaten.
Yeah, John W. North and Norte Vista, I believe both will end up being undefeated, as they will go 10-0.
You heard it here first with Jeff Gorham. Pass breakup by Chris Sanchez. Now, JW North, that seems pretty conceivable. They have 2 opponents with losing records to close the season. Valley View will be the team they play on Friday night right here on Riverside TV. But JW North, it's amazing. They were great under Dennis Brown, a playoff team a few years ago, but then this new guy comes in, Opalani Vepulu, former associate with Dennis Brown, and it's like the new voice totally changes the energy of that team.
Well, he's a defensive-minded guy, defensive line coach, and they are the Legion of Mean.
Speaking of that, big hit from Jalen Dye on Jordan Barton. Quarterback hit for the 3rd time in this half. But with that being said, JW North's 8-0 start is their best record to begin a season since 2006. So the Huskies are in good hands right now with the Opalani Vepulu. And I brought this up with JR in that game yesterday. The playoffs, in theory, should be more competitive this year, because sometimes you get a team that's slotted in a division and they shouldn't be there. But that's not the case this year. You are determined by division after the season, so all the teams are ranked pretty much the same going into the playoffs.
Yeah, we could theoretically, we could have 5 or 6 teams from the city of Riverside.
That's crazy.
Make the playoffs in 5 or 6 different divisions. So we could,
which is a bummer. Don't get to play each other.
Yeah, but the good thing is you could have 5 or 6 teams that could win a CIF championship in all divisions, which is great. You know, you can have Norte Vista, you can have Ramona, North. Poly is going to make the playoffs. I mean, these teams, Hillcrest, they're all going to make the playoffs, and they all have shots in different divisions. I think it's a great thing. Hopefully they can figure it out. It's a little different because the football coaches are going to show up on the Saturday after the season ends and find out who they play. So there's not a whole lot of scouting you can do from now until then.
North, Ramona, Notre Vista, King, Hillcrest, and Poly, and who knows, maybe Notre Dame or Arlington. You think so? Probably not.
Arlington got an upset win last night over Hillcrest. They would have to win out, but it's a possibility.
Illegal substitution against the offense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So I was watching you quite a bit last night, Notre Vista and Ramona. I probably should have been paying more attention to the game I was calling, but with that being said, could you fill me in on what happened last night?
It was a bloodbath. I mean, it was the toughness of Norte Vista, and Ramona just couldn't get in their groove offensively. Averaged over 43 points a game, and just didn't come out. That defense from Norte Vista stymied them, and it was just a tough loss for the Rams.
Hold by Mariquin, and the kick is long enough, and that kick is good by
Chavez. Look, there they are. No cannon.
Field goal kickers are people too, by the way.
They're not people. They're superstars.
Oh.
And remember, it's just Chavez.
37-21. Chavez with 12:10 left puts him in a prime position. 16 points. The scoreboard says it's a 2-score game. So we'll see. With 12:10 left, the Tigers do add to their lead. This is the most points they've scored in a game this season. But RCC, I'm sure, still has some bulletin board material for next week at Mount Sac.
Here's the fight song. All right, here we go. My turn. My turn to do play-by-play.
Who is kicking off?
All right, here we go.
Chavez kicking off.
Chavez.
Into the end zone for a touchback. Okay, question.
Answer.
RCC plays that same theme that JW North plays. Which one came first?
When they played it, is it UCLA? It's UCLA fight song, isn't it?
Right. Oh, is that where it came from?
Yes. That's a UCLA fight song, my friend.
So is there not enough themes out there where everyone can't have their own?
Yeah, you go out and compose a theme there, Nick Rice.
Oh, man.
Call your friends the Beatles and see if they can...
I'll hit up McCarthy and I'll let him know.
McCartney!
Walker gets crushed, loses the ball, picked up by Adigwu of the Tigers. Palomar had committed 2 or more turnovers in each of the last 3 games, has committed at least 1 turnover in every game this season, and it comes up in a big spot early in the fourth quarter.
Picked up by number 23.
There's that guy again, Noah Purcell, number 40, who jarred it loose. Number 23, Elton Adigwu, the sophomore from Fontana, with the recovery for the Tigers. Now, RCC could score a touchdown, or they could just kick a field goal right here.
He's got 4 downs. Give it a shot at least.
Congratulations goes to Chavez for the school record, longest field goal, 56 yards. I would put money. I would put a trivia questionnaire money down to say that might be the longest field goal in the SCFA. 56.
It was tied tonight.
That is crazy, too.
2 guys have it.
Yeah, okay, maybe not that much money. You might be right. Somebody has a longer field goal, maybe. But 56 yards, that's insane. RCC could basically put this away with any points on this possession, make it a 3-score game.
Official timeout, injured player.
I think the training staff got in for an injury timeout, and there was none. Ty Moore, number 27, as you can see, is towards the bottom of your screen. Out of Las Vegas.
Have you ever been to Las Vegas?
Hey, that's a rude question.
No, I'm going to ask you on the next dead play here. All right, here we're going to ask you. That was Have you ever been to Las Vegas?
Oh, yeah. You don't want to see me when I go to Vegas.
I want you to answer honestly. Have you ever been to Las Vegas?
I plead the fifth. Just kidding. Yeah, I've been to Las Vegas.
You have?
yes, I
Ball
know.
start. 65 of the offense.
Can't tell.
5-yard penalty.
I was a little surprised to hear that.
The Padres were a sure thing when they played the Dodgers. Man, I lost $500. Anyways, betting baseball is probably the dumbest thing I could possibly do.
You know what the dumbest thing is? Just betting in general.
Good point. Good point. Hey, I got a bet. Chavez is going to kick something tonight. Kickoff, field goal, punts.
No. So you got all nervous talking Vegas.
Barton fakes the run, throws short to Moore. That's incomplete. What's the wildest thing you've done in Vegas? Actually, that's right. I'm not allowed to ask that because what happens there stays there. So
I don't do anything in Vegas.
You don't do anything in Vegas?
I eat dinners, great dinners in Vegas, and see shows. I took my kids to see Blue Man, the Blue Man group over the pandemic.
Oh, really?
I did.
That's awesome.
At the end of the pandemic, when they opened the shows, we took the little ones. Here, wait.
Hey, my money has been paid off tonight. 42 yards.
All right, shh. Let me do my thing. Chavez. He's the greatest.
Did you know kicking field goals is hard? Did you know that?
It's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing next to hitting a golf ball, I would imagine, or a baseball. And it's all about the Chavez.
Now, I have a broadcast buddy who tells me that returning kicks and punts is the hardest thing in football. I'm like, no, that's not the hardest thing. The hardest thing is that, what we just saw right there.
That's not the hardest thing in football. Knock it off.
Kicking field goals?
That's not the hardest thing in football.
All right, you tell me.
You be the quarterback. Okay, quarterback or kicking field goals, which one's harder?
Which one's more fun? I'd say quarterback's way more fun.
Dude, being an offensive lineman's harder than kicking a field goal.
No way.
Yeah.
What, you gotta...
You're like 5. How tall are you?
6 foot.
You're 6 foot, about 175 pounds.
That's right.
Was I close?
I was 155 in high school. Did you know that?
Yeah, exactly. I want to see you go against a D end.
I'm getting fat there, Jeff Gorham. I've gained 20 pounds since my RCC playing days. By the way, shout out to Jim McCarron, who just won another state championship as Tigers track and field and cross country coach. So RCC doesn't just play football.
You're a bastion of knowledge, Nick Rice. Still, though, not part of the trivia team.
Okay, so what's the movie I'm supposed to watch?
Okay,
again?
let's go. Let's get into the Halloween thing since we're in transition. First of all, what are you going to be? Are you dressing up for Halloween? You told me you were going to a Halloween party.
I'm St. Nicholas for Halloween.
You're going to be Santa Claus?
Yeah, Santa Claus. Funny, right?
No, not at all. Are you really? Are you really going to be Santa Claus?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
What, am I supposed to be scary?
Well, yeah, it's
it's Halloween.
It's All Hallows Eve,
my goodness. How many times are you guys in the booth laughing at me? All right.
They're laughing with you.
Oh, really? Is that what it is? Brandon Johnson for a gain of 9.
To number 13.
You know what I was last year. They're going no huddle here. I got it.
Oh, you could.
No,
you're the play-by-play guy.
No, only on kicks.
Payne. Plenty of protection there. He throws across his field. A brilliant pass to Taway Walker. That goes down as a gain of 19, Jeff Gorham. And Palomar is keeping us silent from our Karate Kid references right now.
Last year, I was my 4-year-old was Tiger Woods, and I was his caddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Got the whole thing. It said Woods on the back. Carried his golf bag.
Very nice. Payne, under pressure, is hit by Turner and taken down. Randall Turner, the sophomore from Norco, on the stop. I've even been for one costume party, just a nerd, you know what I mean?
So you showed up yourself.
I just pulled up my pants a little bit. Yeah. Payne to Johnson on the slant. Slips through a tackle of Carter and is dropped at about the 40-yard line.
He's brought down by number 45. Arturo Orozco on the stop. Brings up a 3rd and 3 for the Comets.
Third down and about 3 yards to go. Payne slips through another sack. A terrific quarterback performance by both guys. Now that pass is incomplete, a bit low to Brockbank.
Speaking of nerds, have you ever seen the movie Revenge of the Nerds?
No.
I mean, seriously, you haven't seen any classic horror movies, comedies,
action
movies. What are you? Are you a robot? Did you grow up in a box? What, I mean, seriously. Are you a Quaker?
A Quaker?
Yeah. Do you have? Did your parents raise you riding in a buggy?
Oh man, these are all great questions, and I'll answer it as soon as this game is over. Payne deep over the post, a lot of contact on both sides, knocked away by Peoples, intended for Russell. It's a turnover on downs.
So you've never heard of the Omega Moves?
Omega Moves.
Go home and watch that. You know what? Tonight, though, I think you should go home and watch. Have you ever seen The Exorcist? That's probably the scariest movie ever. Have you ever seen The Exorcist?
Goodness, no. How does it compare to Paranormal Activity?
Oh, that's boring. Yeah.
Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
See, I don't like gore. I like smart horror movies.
Smart horror movies.
I'm going to go home and watch
Me too.
Halloween. You know, Halloween came out yesterday. Halloween 48.2. But it's on Peacock, so I'm going to go home and watch it tonight.
Nice.
Yeah. It's free on Peacock. I shouldn't say it.
What if Here's Dean Connors for a gain of 7, wrapped up by Sanchez.
I'm going to go home.
Okay, so that's what I got to watch.
Okay, I'm going to go home. I'm going to get a big thing of...
By the way, hold on. Dean Connors a bit hobbled there. Tough sight to see.
I'm going to go home and get a big giant thing of popcorn, and then you know what I put in my popcorn?
Oh, you put something weird in there, like
Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids, yeah, that's right.
It's the salty and the sweet. Did you say ketchup?
No, I didn't say ketchup.
You said
No.
ketchup. Who puts ketchup in? No, our guys in Scott Brocious in the van said ketchup. No.
That's a first down. Hey, if you thought I wasn't weird enough, I do not have milk with my cereal.
What do you have with your cereal?
Just dry.
What are you like?
Cereal.
What are you like a 4-year-old?
Oh man.
I have a dry cereal.
I am an enigma.
So what kind of dry cereal? Like shredded wheat dry cereal or like Cheerios?
None of that stuff. All sugar. Sometimes Cheerios, but yeah, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Lucky Charms, stuff like that. Barton's going deep. There's Jamal Houston on the sideline. If the sideline was a yard farther out, Houston's in the end zone. Instead, it's a gain of 36 and a first down.
What a great strike there.
Jamal Houston with that reception.
I bet Jamal Houston doesn't need milk in his cereal.
6-yard pass reception to Jamal Houston.
First down, Tigers. So, yeah, crazy. But I gotta watch some of those because I don't want to come in on Friday misinformed.
We got more Halloween. We got 2 more weeks of Halloween before that. Come on, buddy.
If you look across the city of Riverside, Halloween started 2 weeks ago. Kinslow was 1 tackle potentially away from a score. The stop by Chris Sanchez. Now, I'm not the type of guy to decorate too far before Halloween, but Jeff Gorham, make no mistake, he is ready to rock.
I showed you pictures of my house.
Yeah.
I decorated the stately Gorham Manor this week. I even have some animatronics. I have a vampire that hangs in my doorway that yells at you when you walk by.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's cool. It lights
now,
up.
do you have a fog machine?
I do, but I don't have any fog juice.
Oh. You want to know who might have fog juice? Chavez. Oh, and Riverside TV. Starks, touchdown, RCC.
There's that cannon again. Wake up, cannon.
First touchdown of the season, Lawrence Starks from 12 yards out. I'm still wondering who exactly number 18 was. That's why I looked over. 552 yards tonight by RCC and another rushing score. That Starks touchdown puts this game away.
My sons, I love dressing them in like crazy Halloween costumes. My son, Luke, who has crazy curly hair, when he was 2, I dressed him up as Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons. Wow, that's great. I love him. He's awesome.
Yeah, I dressed him, and people.
I don't know.
Gave him. You don't know who Richard Simmons is?
No.
Okay. Well, anyways, viewers out there, I dressed my son as Richard Simmons. I know you're laughing because it's really funny. And he was the perfect. I wish. In fact, Friday I'm going to give the picture to Scott to show on air because I'm a little disappointed you don't know who Richard Simmons is either.
Thank you, Scott Brocious, who says Richard Simmons hasn't done much in a long time, maybe in my life.
He's always too busy exercising, that guy.
Like Jared, the Subway guy, right?
No, can't talk about that guy.
That's right. Pye gets hammered down to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, he's off. He's you're not allowed to talk about him or John Gruden ever on TV.
That's right. That's right. And there you go.
Tom Brady's the voice of the Subway, buddy.
Oh, that's right. 44 years old. And I think he's playing his best football of his career right now. Just kidding.
He's terrific. He is playing the best of his career. Terrific Tom.
07 was pretty crazy, but yeah. So the Tigers did it without a single loss in 2019. They ran the table 13-0. State and national champions were the Tigers last year. Tipped in the air, and that's incomplete. Davis Smith provided the hit for Riverside. So this year, if they want to do so, they're going to have to overcome 2 losses, and really by the numbers, they really can't lose the rest of the season. Do you think that they can go run the table?
To be national champs? State champs, yes. But
state champs. Yeah, not national, but state. But what you've seen tonight, do you think there's a chance?
I think they're much improved that we saw from the team we saw 2 weeks ago.
Great answer. Out of the backfield for Alex Hill. Out just short of the 45-yard line.
Pass is complete to number 21. First down, Comets.
The Comets still continuing to go no-huddle offense here.
With 5:30 remaining in the game.
Oh, big hit.
Oh, big hit over the middle. You got it. Play-by-play man Jeff Gorham. It should be noted Mount San Antonio's up by 13. They're about ready with a strong fourth quarter to finish El Camino and keep their record at 4-0, unbeaten in the SCFA. Nice move by Payne for the first down.
See, that's what you're supposed to do, slide.
So is that why it's hard to play quarterback? Because it is hard to slide.
It's hard to play quarterback because it's hard to play quarterback. You got to make reads. You got to make sure you're not getting killed by linebackers and defensive ends. Yes, Chavez is cool, but quarterbacking is dangerous.
Especially if you've got Barton running like that and providing blocks from the 46. Palomar looking for more. Here's Payne with the long shot, and somehow that is not a touchdown over the head of Brooks.
Intended for number 7. Tavion Brooks.
Let's see. I think he probably could have at least tried for this one. As we watching the replay. No, Brooks, come on, buddy. You got to dive, buddy.
Dive and get that.
You got to dive.
A good throw from Zeke Payne, who has been terrific tonight. He throws the hitch to Johnson, who comes back to the middle and slips through to the 35. Taken down by Isaac Garcia, number 47.
Johnson first down. Comets.
Payne at right about 300 yards.
A season best for Payne. He scans the field, shoots it over the middle, and finds his man at the 20. The Comets to the 4 with a Tyler Pye catch, another one. If you thought Ty Moore was pretty good, how about Tyler Pye and his performance tonight?
Let's see, Pye.
Before that catch, he was at 4 receptions for 65 yards. Another big one, the tackle from Peoples. Palomar on 1st and goal is denied on a run from Walker. And while this game is over, RCC's going to win it. The Comets are showing some poise here in the 4th quarter, down by 26. Another long drive. Kudos to a team that we were talking about as having negative yards through most of the first half.
Well, they poured it on quite well here in the second half.
Dorian Richardson is the running back alongside Zeke Payne. Play fake from Payne. He dances through the defense, slips a tackle, and is dragged down to the 3 by Cairo Kushkaran. Number 94, Cairo Kushkaran.
That brings up a 3rd and goal for the Comets.
As mentioned, Palomar has never missed inside the red zone this season. Richardson is in the block. He throws a jump ball to Hill in the end zone. That's knocked away. Great coverage by Peter Lewis.
For the Comets. On the coverage, number 3.
Could this be the first red zone miss? RCC would love to do just that on 4th and goal from the 3. Fourth and goal. Payne rolls to his right. Gets a block from Walker. The quarterback throws. Knocked away, and they're denied in the red zone for the first time this year.
That's another great defense by the Tigers.
On the coverage, number 29 for Riverside.
And now we see some of the dignitaries heading to the exits.
Are they dignitaries?
No, probably not. I just heard that word from you last week during the Pauley Hall of Fame. Dignitaries. You know, that's a lot of my vocabulary. It's whatever other people say. Like, I think that's what it means.
You got to watch more movies, my man.
I
get
know,
out. You got
I
to get
know.
out of that box. Get out of that house that you run by Quakers. You need to get a TV.
Get a TV. Who in this world is living without a TV? Probably quite a few. Because
apparently you.
Yeah, apparently. That's right. That's right. Okay, so what horrific move? That's who. Yes, it was Elijah Bennett. That's the number 18. The mystery has been solved. Okay, so anyways, I'm not diverging, I promise. What's the movie I got to watch again? The horrific.
Well, no, you got Amityville Horror because the guy was from Amityville and you never heard of that. That would be a good one.
And Amityville, New York. Yeah.
Yes. You know, I was. Have you ever seen the Friday the 13th movies, like the Jason movies? No? Just watch one of those. Freddy Krueger movies, the Nightmare on Elm Street ones? Have you seen any of those?
Oh, my God.
I can't believe, seriously, I'm really starting to think you're a Quaker.
I wouldn't blame you.
Were you raised in a barn? Did you raise a barn, actually?
Hey, we used to have tigers roaming around here. I just caught one of the last ones. In my yard, there's rabbits every night. There's a whole bunch of rodents that roam around.
Do you eat them? Then what are you doing catching them?
And skunks?
What are you doing? If you're catching rabbits, are you eating them? Is my question.
No, but I'm watching Space Jam, which is.
See, you're literally like you're like an 8-year-old.
Like an 8-year-old.
You're an 8-year-old that loves football.
Oh, Squid Game! I gotta watch it. Oh, yeah.
No, don't watch that. I watched that last night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had bad
You were
dreams.
disappointed, weren't you? I knew it. I told you. I told you you'd be disappointed. Elijah Bennett, number 5, taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Hey, did you watch the whole thing of Squid Game?
Watched quite a bit of it, yeah.
It's just too bloody for me.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So you're telling me that those horror movies are not, Friday the 13th?
Oh, no, those are good. Those are slasher movies. But it's also a monster. It's a monster.
I also haven't seen, what's that movie? Godfather. I gotta watch that.
Then you can't hang out with Ghazal Hassan. He knows every line to Godfather.
Does he?
He does.
Oh, man. Yeah. Man, another great call. Me and Jeff Gorham out of bounds right across the 30-yard line. Jeff brings the jazz and the energy to these broadcasts.
I bring jazz.
Yes, you bring
I have jazz hands. You know what jazz hands are?
Yeah, just did.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, Nick Rice just did jazz hands.
That's right.
Wish our camera guys could have got a picture of Nick Rice doing jazz hands.
With my frown and my tears, I'm wiping off my face.
Oh, stop! It's always a blast working with you.
I'm a victim around
Personal foul. Face mask, number 22 of the defense. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
Okay,
now, a guy like Matthew McConaughey is great for me.
Why do you always mention Matthew McConaughey?
Because it's like it's movies for people like me, novices. Where
he's running for he might run for governor of Texas. Did you know that?
He totally should.
Would you move to Texas? No, he's not.
He announcing that.
All right.
Well, I mean, it's hard to be in the same gubernatorial table as Jeff Gorham.
I'm the governor of Riverside.
You wouldn't be the governor of California?
No.
All right. Like Schwarzenegger. Can you do a good Schwarzenegger?
Nah. He signed my my card that. Like your registered card. I was downtown Riverside when I was younger. I wanted to see the Terminator, and he signed my card, my registration card, when he was running for governor.
Seriously?
I did. No joke. He's about your size, but really ripped.
Oh, he's my size? I thought he was
tall.
way
he's
bigger.
He's not. He's a little guy.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting.
So go home, watch him. He's literally 5'7", little guy.
Oh, season high in points, and Riverside is 1-0 in the National Central League. 47-21, the Tigers win it. And RCC will be back here on Riverside TV in a couple of weeks when they play host to the Cerritos College Falcons. But before then, they take on the best offense and maybe the best team in the entire state, Mount San Antonio in Walnuts. In 7 days, we'll see if the Tigers are ready for that one.
Hey, I'll tell you what, the Tigers really, the layoff of the last 2 weeks has really helped this Tiger team. They looked really great on offense, putting up 47 points. And more than that, they held up defensively. And Coach Kraft has to be happy with the win tonight.
RCC 47, Palomar 21. For the rest of our excellent Riverside TV broadcast crew and Jeff Gorham alongside me, I am Nick Grice. Good night from Wheelock Stadium. Make sure to join us on Friday night for more Riverside TV action. We'll have plenty of updates throughout the course of this season on everything Riverside football. Tigers win it, and they are now 4-2. Good night from Riverside, California.